movies than they got Christian movies. They got more thriller movies than they got gospel movies. And people want to see them things. T.D. Jakes might have the most dangerous profession in the world. Being a pastor might be more dangerous than being a rapper. Hey, Reggie, we live?
Hey, man, we live.
All right, then, let's go ahead and get into the show, man. Set everything up. Let's get this thing rolling. Lord have mercy. T.D. Jakes scared to leave the house. He got dogs barking at him, people screaming at him. It's like society hate this man. And that's why my question is the black church a safe place? Because it seemed like people that go to church get criticized more than people that don't go to church. People that go to church get judged more than people that go to the strip club every weekend. That's what we talking about. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button. Also, tell your grandmama and them about the video. Hey, we got to get into this news, man. They say T.D. Jakes is guilty. He trembling now. They acting like he got Parkinson's disease, but they saying he guilty for spending so much time with Diddy. Y'all need to see this, man.
Dallas megachurch pastor T.D. Jakes says he needed emergency surgery after he fell ill during his sermon last weekend. Good evening, I'm Blake Hansen. For the first time since that health scare, Jakes spoke at length about what happened, talking remotely with his congregation today. He described what happened as a miracle. Fox 4's Amelia Jones joining us live with that update. Amelia?
Blake, Bishop T.D. Jakes didn't say exactly what caused the medical emergency last week, just that he was taken to the ICU and underwent surgery. He told the Potter's House congregation this morning that doctors want him to take it easy, but that he's in good spirits and in no pain.
I told you last Sunday that I'd see you this Sunday.
In his own words.
And so here I am.
Bishop T.D. Jakes shared what happened last week.
That beard starting to look suspicious, man. And I wear a beard, but I don't wear my beard like how he wear his beard, man. He got one of them Shaolin, one of them old Kung Fu master beards. It better not be no Velcro. You snatch that shit off. He got a skinny pink mustache under there. I hope that ain't the case. Some suspect about that beard and why he grow it out like that. Is it even real? He hiding something. They saying he guilty. But to be real with y'all, if somebody accused you of something that you know you ain't do, but if they get a whole bunch of other people to believe it, you might even be convinced yourself that you did something wrong, even though you don't recollect doing anything wrong. The majority rules, and the majority of people out there feel like the pastor is guilty, but they don't know what he guilty of. Ain't no proof of him doing nothing besides taking a couple of pictures with Diddy. And when he took the pictures, it was for a fundraiser or something like that. It's not like he was in a club with Diddy and they took pictures. They was in an open space, broad daylight, two brothers getting together, doing something for society. It's not like they was moving no blow or nothing like that. So in his mind, he feel like he can't win against the system. And he right. His congregation done flipped on him. They say his family acting funny towards him. You got people suing him. He got to sue people. They got all different types of allegations about this man. This Bishop Eddie Long all over again. So if the black church is not a safe place for pastors, how is it going to be a safe place for commoners? How is it going to be a safe place for people that come there looking for refuge from the Lord when the pastor is under so much scrutiny like this today, man? So that's what we talking about. Y'all need to call in and let me know what y'all think about this, because I'm getting sad seeing the pastor in a condition like this to where the public is throwing stones as if y'all ain't sin, as if y'all ain't never freak off with nobody, as if y'all ain't never hit nobody from the bite. This is what we talking about. Y'all need to get in on the conversation. Okay, listen at this.
Easy, but that he's in good spirits and in no pain.
I told you last Sunday that I'd see you this Sunday.
In his own words.
And so here I am.
Bishop T.D. Jakes shared what happened last week after he suffered a health incident on stage.
Many of you don't realize that you're looking at a miracle. I faced a life-threatening calamity, was rushed to the ICU unit, had emergency surgery, survived this surgery.
Where your emergency clothes at? Where his hospital gown? They said when he was at Diddy house, he had to back out. He might as well have that shit on with the back out to let people know that he's still in pain. Where his IVs at? Better pop some medications on the live or do something. He over there chilling. He can't even look at the camera. Where the hell them bifocals come from? I don't remember him having no big ass glasses like that. Is he blind? What's going on? Is this a hoax? A spoof? He gonna have to show me where his wristband at that say TD Jakes on it. Where the surgery scars? He better lift his shirt up like Tupac. He probably got a tattoo that say Pastor Life across his belly, man. Hey, we need to take a break. Oh, Lord have mercy. This ain't right. Pastor Life. He act like he just got done doing some hard time or some shit. He need more proof. We don't believe you. You need more people. At least do the live from the hospital bed. Oh, Lord have mercy. They calling him TD Fakes out here in these streets. I don't want to believe it. But I'm praying for him, man. It's wrong. Nobody should have to go through nothing like this. That's the saddest part about it. Nobody should have to go through this. People lying on you. But the way he going about it with his beard and his mustache with that Velcro shit, people don't believe it. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into this, man. Y'all ready? Let's go ahead and get back. Come on.
I faced a life-threatening calamity, was rushed to the ICU unit, had emergency surgery, survived this surgery.
Last Sunday, as Jakes was wrapping up his sermon, the live stream of the service captured Jakes lowering his microphone and shaking on stage. We're not showing the incident, but people immediately surrounded him on stage.
I looked around and everybody was around me. I was annoyed because I didn't know why they were around me.
Jakes didn't share what doctors believe caused the incident. He just said that doctors advised him to take it easy for the next few weeks.
Sometimes those of us who are busy taking care of other people neglect ourselves, and that's very true.
Jakes founded the Potter's House in 1996. The non-denominational church has grown to 30,000 members, with many tuning in every week online. After the incident, there was an outpouring of love and support across the country for the renowned Christian leader.
I can feel your support and your love, and it was obvious Sunday that you went through it with me.
Which is why he wanted to address the Potter's House congregation on Sunday to let everyone know he's on the mend.
This man did an interview outside the hospital in a wheelchair. They couldn't wait till he got home. Who bust out the cameras, man? Hold up. Where he had surgery at? What they had to do? Did they cut him open? It was an out-of-body experience. They didn't cut shit. You know what? I'm going to take his word for it. I'm going to quit being petty because I'm my brother's keeper. And we got to stick together, even though it looked like the pastor telling fibs. They saying he guilty. These lawsuits ain't going nowhere. It's Bishop Eddie Long all over again. One day after Bishop TD Jakes experienced a medical emergency during worship, the founder of the Potter's House filed a defamation lawsuit against a former Pennsylvania pastor and convicted felon. Jakes, 67, is accusing Dwayne Youngblood, 57, of making false accusations of attempted sexual assault. During 2 appearances on the Larry Reid Live talk show earlier this fall, Youngblood alleged that TD Jakes tried to groom and assault him almost 40 years ago. Hey, I need somebody to help me do the math. 40 years ago, TD Jakes was 27, right? And this man was 17 years old. And he said that he was trying to get him to do some sexual acts with him and all this stuff. We're going to get into that in a minute. So a 27-year-old TD Jakes was a freak. A young cat daddy on the move when he was still young. Jerry curl juice dripping. He was freaking with them boys, allegedly. Do y'all believe that? When he had the slick back perm, he was grooming them youngsters. I don't know how I feel about it, man. We need to move on, though. Y'all need to listen at this. Listen.
Of concern, some of you come in to hear what I'm going to say. All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off. I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach a truth.
Now, brother, I figure, hell, your job is to condemn lies, to shut down lies. That's what you up there to do. The devil is a liar. The devil is a deceiver. Your job is to expose the devil. But he refused to expose deceit in the house of the Lord. Ain't that going against his mission? You can't expect him to shut down a lie when the devil is a liar. So he gonna let the devil's lies live in his church. Before he confront the devil, he gonna leave that alone. What's the point of being a pastor? Your job is to confront the devil by any means necessary. That's why you anointed. That's why you got a pulpit. That's why you wear the cloak and the claw. And I'm not saying what he did was wrong. And I get it. He don't want to be playing these internet games with people, but it's starting to get worse. And you figure if he would have cut this out way back then, it would have never escalated to this. This dude that's making these accusations probably would have never said the things he said about TD Jakes if he knew that TD Jakes was in a position to shut this type of stuff down. Now he trembling. He getting weak. People saying he guilty. He ain't standing up strong. His knees shaking. What y'all believe about it, man? Do y'all feel like the pastor dead wrong? Or do y'all feel like he justified for not addressing these rumors, but then turn around and sue somebody for spreading rumors about him the day after he left the hospital? Maybe that was his breaking point. After he had that stroke, he figured if he don't do something about this, it's just going to keep getting worse. More people going to be coming out. Either way, I want to sympathize with the pastor because I know he done way more good than he done wrong. So for the people out there judging him, making it seem like he's a horrible person, he the furthest thing from that. I feel like he blessed. I feel like he been doing incredible work the whole time he got into being a minister. He ain't never led us wrong with his gospel. But he did say some things back in the day that pissed a lot of women off. Y'all need to see this, man. Reggie, set that thing up. Not that one. Y'all stay tuned. Damn. Oh, yeah, y'all need to listen at this. Listen.
If Adam had not allowed Eve to pour into him, sin would have never come into the world. Sin came into the world because Adam broke the order. We were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money.
Damn, hold on. So we weren't designed to receive from women. Was we designed to receive from men? What type of zesty mess is that? Shit, we weren't designed to receive a damn thing from a man. A man's supposed to be his own man. And a woman is supposed to help a man out. That was the whole point of God making Eve, so Adam would have a helper according to the Bible. So if she bring him some food or whatever the case is, you figure that's his wife. She mean him well. Maybe she thought the apple was going to do him some damn good. But he's saying that a man ain't supposed to receive a damn thing from a woman. So was we designed to receive from another man? That's the part of the gospel that he need to explain, and a lot of people feel like this is where he messed up. This is where he lost his congregation, because he was going in on women. A lot of women felt offended by this message right here. And maybe I heard it wrong. I want to listen to it again, because maybe it went over my head. Listen at this.
If Adam had not allowed Eve to pour into him, sin would have never come into the world. Sin came into the world because Adam broke the order. We were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. I'm not saying you got to be rich. I'm not saying you got to be famous. I'm saying that you have got to be the one who pours in, not the one who takes out. When Adam started eating out of his wife's hand, sin came in because the divine order was broken. This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now, because we are raising up women to be men.
Damn. Hold on, wait a minute. How y'all ladies feel about that? So if we raising up women to be men, do that mean that we raising up men to be women? Why he ain't addressed that? That should have been the first thing he attacked. That should have been his first talking point, man. Don't put it on the females. It's like he mad at the women. And it's kind of funny how all this stuff coming out now. Do he have a hatred towards women? Is that the reason why these men coming forward, making it seem like a man was designed to receive from another man? Is that what this all about? Is that how this all got started? Is that his philosophy? Because that's what it seemed like he was putting out there. And I want to defend this man, but after he said something like that, I just don't know what to do with it. Reggie, go ahead and play that, man.
We befriended kind of close with Bishop Jakes. And we decided in one of the times he was there, it was going to be his birthday. I was able to convince my mother to let me drive her car, as I didn't have a vehicle. I said, well, we're going to take him out to eat. I want to drive your car.
That's against TD Jake's rules, man. You ain't supposed to receive nothing from no woman. No food, no car, no nothing. He asked his mother if he could use her car to go get TD Jakes. TD should have refused to ride. A man, even if it is his mama, he ain't supposed to be receiving nothing from no woman according to the gospel of TD Jakes.
We befriended kind of close with Bishop Jakes. And we decided in one of the times he was there, it was going to be his birthday. I was able to convince my mother to let me drive her car, as I didn't have a vehicle. I said, well, we're going to take him out to eat. I want to drive your car. And so we did. We took him out to eat. And it was decided after we were done taking him out to eat that I would be the person to take him back to his sleeping place, which at the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always wanted to house and take care of him when he came to that church. And so I came in there, drove him to eat, and then took him back to her home. Well, after taking him back to her home, he says, come on in, let's talk. You can't even imagine being 18, 19 years of age. This person is killing it. And they're saying to you, come on in, let's talk. And so I did. I went in. We sat down at a very long dining room table in a room that she had. And for 2 hours, it was unbelievable. Pouring of heart, crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios. And I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it. Someone who understood. I'm sitting at this table, and for the first time talking to any man, I got tears coming down my face because somebody gets me. Somebody understood what I was going through. Well, after sitting there and having this long discourse with him, I finally look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go. I got to get this car back to my mother. She's going to kill me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up. And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me and tried to kiss me. And in that moment, I literally died. I could not. I tell you, to this day, I can't remember how I got out of that place. But I remember driving home with all kinds of crazy thoughts and what in the world am I going to do now? And I find.
So T.D. Jakes kissed him and he fainted on the spot and blacked out. He said he literally died. He was unconscious. He don't remember what the... Did he put something in his drink? What was that all about? He said he don't even know how he got back in the car. So did T.D. Jakes Bill Cosby his ass or something? Is that what happened? And when he came to, T.D. Jakes could have took advantage of him right there on the dining room table. He don't remember. What the hell happened? If these are some shocking allegations, I could see why T.D. Jakes would want to sue somebody over this. Because you got to shut that type of shit down. Because if people could make up and say whatever they want to say, it's going to be a million other people. The same thing with Diddy. It's going to be a bunch of other people coming forward, and it ain't going to be nothing he can do to stop the flood once it starts, man. As church leaders reported, Jakes fell ill November 24th right before Thanksgiving. While leading worship at his Dallas megachurch, 1 week later, the bishop shared that he didn't suffer a stroke, but it could have been fatal. Jakes, who said he was rushed to the ICU and had emergency surgery, praised God for his miraculous intervention and thanked congregants for their prayers. See, that's the crazy part. If you're going to be transparent, be all the way transparent. If it wasn't a stroke, and you needed surgery, well, what was it? If you needed surgery, it was worse than a stroke. In order to pray for him, we need to know what the hell is going on. He keeping way too many secrets, man, and that's never a good look for a pastor. Keeping all these secrets, what else is he hiding? Why is he trying to keep this stuff from the public? What's really going on? They calling him TD Fakes. I don't want to believe that's the case, but this thing's spiraling out of control. It's no telling how low this gonna go. I hate to see him in jail, man. Because that's what it leads to eventually when stuff like this start coming out. Don't say it'll never happen. I never would have thought Bill Cosby would have went to jail. People been talking about R. Kelly since the early 90s. I would have never thought he would have ended up in jail. P. Diddy sitting in jail right now. So it's a possibility that the pastor could be headed to prison with these type of stories coming out, because once they start, they don't stop. And I'm trying to put a Band-Aid on this thing and start the healing so it won't get out of hand. But if he keeping all these secrets, it's only so much I can do. I'm going to ride with T.D. Jakes regardless, because like I said plenty of times before, I've been in some dark places and his gospel was able to save me and help me get out of them dark places. So now that he in the dark place, I want to return the favor and do everything in my power to shine some light on all the positive things that this man did and said. But during the end of his career, he done slipped up and said some unfavorable things, especially towards women, that got people looking at him with the side eye. And I would like to take some time to try to understand what he meant by some of the things he said, because it was very offensive and hurtful to people at the time that he said it. Listen at this, y'all.
And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families.
He said, y'all sisters mean, y'all nasty, y'all possessive, aggressive, masculine. He said, y'all everything mean and nothing nice. And that's the reason why y'all moving up in the world. That's the reason why y'all in corporate America. That's why y'all riding around them big old SUVs with them big old man shoulders. Hey, we need to take a break real quick. I ain't said, he said it. He said that's the reason why y'all out here with them big old man shoulders in them SUVs and things. With construction jobs, with tool belts and shit on. Because y'all men. And y'all Big Mama raised y'all to be like men. I ain't say that. T.D. Jake said that. Can't cook a lick, but know how to change the oil. That's what he said about y'all sisters out there. So y'all ain't gonna call. Y'all gonna let T.D. Jakes say all this messed up stuff about y'all? I swear I don't agree with none of it. There's still some ladies out there somewhere, especially in the Mexican community. They out there. I seen it. I don't know what he talking about, man. He going in on the sisters. Listen to this, y'all.
And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families.
Damn. That's the nail in his coffin, man. That's when all this zesty shit started. I promise you, when they heard that, they called him all types of fruity booties right there in the church that same day. They gave him a pass for all that flimsy shit he was doing. But this day right here, that's when he fucked up. He went against the grain. Hell, the church ain't filled with nothing but a whole bunch of women and a lot of times feminine men. He shitted on his whole congregation and society as a whole. This is when keeping it real goes all the way wrong. He ain't gonna be able to bounce back. Because when he was sitting up there leaning and about to have a stroke in the church, it wasn't not one female that ran up there to check on the pastor. It was a bunch of men with pink suits surrounding him trying to see what was going on. So, is that what it boils down to? Is this a feminine attack that's happening on the pastor? Is he under a feminine psychic attack? Is that what's happening in his life? And you know it don't take nothing for a zesty man to go at another man. That's what's going on out here, man. Women ain't even got to do the job. They could sit back and let their zesty son or nephew or somebody. That's light work. We in some messed up times. But he did it to himself. Hold on, one more time. This and that. Look.
Applauded for your femininity. Of women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you're climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families.
Well, who fault is that? Maybe the brothers need to step their game up. Why he ain't talking about that? He should have said, men, y'all need to work twice as hard. Get off y'all ass, put the Xbox down, Because if y'all don't step up to the plate, women feel like they got to step up to the plate because y'all ain't going to do it. Why he ain't preach that sermon, man? Hello, hello. Who this is here, man?
Hey, what up, Sean?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Max and relaxing.
Oh, that's what it is. We talking about the great pastor T.D. Jakes. He catching hell right now. And I'm coming to the conclusion that he might be catching all this hell for how he disrespected the sisters back in the day. How you feel about all this stuff, man?
I ain't never knew that he disrespected his sisters back in the day.
Yeah. Said
But
some
just
stuff.
by the way he's carrying himself, it's almost like he's scared
Mm.
to stand up for himself because, you know, the truth shall set you free.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you shaky about it, then something got to give. It's like, hey. There it is. Like, you can see the fakeness in him.
Damn.
And man, I love black pastors, man. I don't want to hate on them. I don't want to hate on them.
Mm.
But it's flimsy, if you know what I mean. Like, damn, man. If you innocent, stand up and say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Hey, the
Like
times we living in.
right now, I've heard stories of him like, oh, he's sick now. He's all messed up and all of that. And it's like, oh, snap. It's like it's catching up to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Most
like,
definitely.
man, people that really believed in him are like, hey, man, why doesn't he just stand up for himself?
Mm-hmm. It's
But he
when it
doesn't.
comes to what? Stand up to itself for itself as far as what?
Come on now, all the allegations, and I know it weighs on him. The
Mm-hmm.
Diddy parties, the Diddy affiliations, and all of that. And it messed up the millions that he had going on. And now with
Mm.
Diddy in jail, it cut his legs off. It's like he's half the pastor he used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for being affiliated.
Yeah, that's where it started for sure. You know, that's where it started. I mean, they've been, you know, looking at him with the side eye, but they figure he give a good word. He's a pastor. We don't want to ruin it for everybody else. Because it
I
been
don't
people,
want.
yeah, it been people that wanted to take his head off for some of the things he said, but it's sort of like if you at an event. Matter of fact, I went to the Cat Williams concert or whatever. I'm sitting there with my lady. I got on all white. Some dude, he come by with
Oh
his
my
old
God.
lady. Yeah, they come by. It's already tight in there, ghetto ass function. His drink spilled on my white pants. I get the snap and I'm like, damn, Cat Williams on stage doing his concert. I'm like, I wanted to break that dude's head, bust his head open to the white meat. But I'm looking at all the people in the arena like they don't pay their money. They don't came from all over town. Do I really want to make the news, ruin Cat Williams' show, Monique up there and all that, just because this man spilled the drink on my white suit? I had to think about the event, where we at, all the people. I consider everybody else. So with TD Jakes, it's been people that wanted to come out and say something, and but you don't want to ruin the congregation just because you having issues. You don't want to ruin it for everybody else. But now it's looking like they don't give a damn.
Yeah, man, I feel you because you can ruin it for a whole bunch of other people that really don't know what's going on and really have faith and trust in this man.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to mess it up for them.
Right.
Because we don't really know the real. We don't even know if this guy's real or fake. And it's like, yeah, man, you imagine that at the end of the day we find out that T.D. Jakes was legit all this time and we are here trying to blame this man? Dang. And now we will have to repent. We will have to go to church and bow down and be like, oh, God, please forgive us.
Mm-hmm.
Because it be like that. I mean, shit. At the end of the day, I hope that T.D. Jakes is not, but yeah, man, they call this guy a power bottle. I don't even know how you could come back from something like that. Like that's not just a regular allegation.
Maybe the
That's like
doctrine.
somebody got some insiders on your ass. They
Yeah.
call you a power bottom.
That's
And
real.
supposedly it came out of your own mouth. Oh, and not for nothing. I love when you do the when you do the impersonation of him. Well, ever been swallowed?
Yeah, man. That's some real stuff. And you know, maybe the doctrine is the issue. And not to be speaking on the Bible or whatever, but you know, the whole Adam and Eve story is basically condemning the women from the jump. Like women didn't even stand a chance in the Bible to begin with.
Yeah. Woman came off a man's rib, the first man's rib, just because he was bored. Hey, you need something? All right, let me get one of them ribs. Yeah, here. And threw him a bone. And it's a woman.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. Oh, I tell you, I mean, it was always an inside joke. Like us men, we always used to joke like, yeah, man, the world got messed up because of woman. She bit the apple. Man, shit. Everything was all good just a week ago until she bit the goddamn apple talking to some snake. So that's crazy, though. Like, men could probably blame everything that's ever happened in the world on women. But I don't want to blame it all on them. Or on her, whoever she was. The first one that... That's how the story goes. It's not me. I ain't making this up. That's how the story goes. The woman bit the apple, and then boom, sin came into the world. And we all gotta taste the funk. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, show?
About what, bro? What part? What part about it?
About women being blamed for the sins of men.
Man, ass been known to get people in trouble, man. You ever seen a female with a big old butt? You be like, she ain't nothing but trouble, man. What they said back in that song, never trust a big butt and a smile. Like, it's true, man. Sometimes
Positive K.
Yeah, man, that thing get you in all types of trouble, man. She out there in the garden swinging that ass. She come back, she out there doing mischievous shit. I believe it, man. That big ass snake, that anaconda, crept up on Eve. She out there creeping with that anaconda. They saying that the snake was the man that God made before Adam that was really, really packing. And the apple was her apple bottom, man. And Adam took a bite out that ass. It wasn't a physical, real apple. It was a metaphor. You know the apple bottom jeans and shit. That's what it was about, man.
Yeah.
She out there. Eve was thick as hell in the beginning.
Holy snapperonis.
Nothing but trouble, man.
Yeah. And she had to be thick.
Had to. You know, especially if she the first woman to give birth. You know she had them childbearing hips. She had to.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Of course. I mean, man, look, man, we know about Mexicans. You have one baby, as soon as he's done, 30 days later, the next one.
Come on, man. We can't be disrespecting my Mexican people. I love Mexican people, man. You can't be talking about Mexican people like that.
I'm talking about they ready to give life.
We used to be like that before we started. We used to be like that when we used to cook. You know what I'm saying? We used to be like that when it was a lot of cooking in the household. Shit, women don't cook no more. Ain't no man trying to stick around. You don't even cook. Damn sure ain't about to try to have your kids. And if they do have a baby, they about to get the hell up out of there. Ain't got nothing to eat up in there.
Nah, man. We're talking
Mexican
about
women
the
got
first
food.
man and the first woman. We're talking about the first man and the first woman. I think
Look, Latin women
the
got
animals
food.
used to show up and be like, "Yo, kill
Caribbean
me
women
so
keep
you can eat."
food. You got African women, they keep food in the house. You got Asian women. All these women keep food in the house, man. That's why they able to keep on having babies, because the baby's gonna be fed, man. And not only is the baby's gonna be fed, but the man gonna be fed as well. Food plays a major part in keeping a family together. If you can't cook, you ain't keeping a damn thing together.
Wow. So from the beginning of time, the woman always used to take out the big chicken. The big piece of chicken is for the man right there. Like, when did that start? Because, to say the truth, there was nobody around. It was just Adam and Eve. So when did that start? Hey, leave that big. Hey, don't touch that big chicken. That's your dad's. And then it became a thing, because for generations and generations, the big piece of chicken is for dad. And I wonder what the mama ate. The mama be like, "Hey, I took my piece."
How old are you, brother? How old are you?
I'm 41.
You serious?
Yeah, 1983.
1983. What was your video games growing up? What was it?
Man. Well, Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers.
Mike Tyson Punch Out.
You got
Sega Genesis.
That Genesis got your ass. You talking about Genesis in the Bible when the truth is all you know is Genesis on the damn video games, man. And we appreciate you, brother. That's why the next time when I go live, you got to call back to keep it a 5-star presentation, man. We love you to death, man. We gonna holler at you later. Lord Jesus, have mercy on my soul. Please forgive me for all I've done wrong. Whatever I did to deserve it, I take it back and I repent. Lord, forgive me. I pray that I don't never have to experience such. Lord, have mercy. Let's get back into the show. Damn, I feel weak. I'm over here feeling like T.D. Jakes. I would faint, but ain't nobody here to help me up. So I might as well just keep on doing the damn show. You know what I'm saying? But that's Negro here nor there. The phone line's open. Y'all could call in if that's what y'all want to do. Oh, damn, I got to get back on track. Put 4 more stars back on the video. That's what I'm going to try to do before I get out of here. Y'all just stay tuned. I promise I'm going to make it work. TDJ's got a whole lot of nerve talking about women that's enterprising and working in corporate America and doing big shit and provide for their families, and they ain't say nothing about the brothers out here that barely know their ABCs. How he gonna go in on women for providing for a better tomorrow, contributing to society, and ain't said nothing about these brothers out here that ain't about shit? He ain't right for that. That's how he lost his congregation, man. I'm convinced. Y'all need to see this.
And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you're climbing the corporate ladder.
Hey, if that's what it takes, nigga, excuse my language, I ain't mean to talk about the pastor like that, but if that's what it takes, hell, it's either that or be on the stripper pole. You're not applauded for your femininity. What you want them to, everybody can't be on OnlyFans. He would like it better if y'all was all just some IG models to get applauded for your femininity. Hell, bills got to be paid. What he want, everybody to make money land on their back? If that's what it takes to get the job done, if you got to be aggressive, mean, in order to climb that ladder, it's the survival of the fittest. If it was more men like that, women wouldn't have to be like that. Why he never addressed that? Now they calling him the power bottom. That's where he fucked up. So there's nothing he can say today to really take back what he said back then. And I'm riding with the pastor. I love T.D. Jakes. And the people in his congregation or people that love T.D. Jakes that's watching this video, I love the brother too, but we got to be real about this. You can't be beating up on women like that and expect somebody to save you when you getting attacked by a whole nother man. Now he got to take it to court. This ain't never no good. Lawsuit, T.D. Jakes confronts malicious lies. Jakes, who faced previous unproven allegations of sexual wrongdoing, indicated he's taking legal action against Youngblood to set the record straight and restore his reputation. Youngblood's intentional and malicious lies have taken a substantial emotional and physical toll on Bishop Jakes. Man, ain't no way he gonna be able to restore his reputation. Not with no lawsuit. You a man of the Lord. You figure if Jesus can't help it, nobody can. This ain't demonstrating no faith. Don't they talk about stuff like that in the Bible? What about the triumph, the trials and tribulations? The truth shall set you free. No lies, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. But it look like these weapons, they prospering, man. Especially you gotta take it this far. He acting up in church, he showing out, he falling out. Listen at this, man.
His sermon, the live stream of the service captured Jakes lowering his microphone and shaking on stage. We're not showing the incident, but people immediately surrounded him on stage.
I looked around and everybody was around me. I was annoyed because I didn't know why they were around me.
Jakes
They was trying to help your ass. He said he was annoyed, y'all. He was annoyed that they was around him trying to help him out. He didn't even give thanks to the people that went up there to save him. He was mad that they even came over there to see what was going on. Is this a stunt he was trying to pull by himself? Did they fuck it up for him? Did he have a whole theatric that he was gonna play out? They should have left his ass up there just to see what was gonna happen next. What y'all think he would have did? He probably would have stopped, dropped, and rolled. Ain't no telling what he would have did. He probably would have said, Lord, I'm coming now. I'm coming now, Lord. Take me, Lord. He probably would have leaned all the way back and fell out in his chair, man. All you would have seen was his shoes, his feet go up in the air if they would have left him in that chair by himself, man. He probably would have got up and ripped off his shirt like Hulk Hogan and had a message carved to his chest. Woman out there loose. Why they ain't let him do his thing, man? I don't know. Y'all gonna have to let me know. What time is it? All right. We about to get into the other half of this news. And we gonna circle back to T.D. Jakes, but there's so many similarities to Bishop Eddie Long. And a lot of churches have these same type of allegations. A lot of pastors and priests be going through these same type of things. Hello, who this is here?
This Dub, what's poppin'?
Hey, what's going on, brother, man? We over here talking about the great pastor, T.D. Jakes. He catching hell out here in these streets. How you feel about all this, man?
Oh, shit, he deserve it. You know,
Damn.
he deserve it. You know,
Why
he
you
done did some dirt.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
he a fake pastor. I done seen some real pastors out here. They be broke as hell. The real pastors be broke. I don't know about this pastor. He be flexed up. He riding Rolls Royces, 10-bedroom houses and stuff. Hell no. The real pastor. I done seen some real pastors that really be about the people and got morals and stuff.
Yeah. And
But
the people don't take care of them pastors like how they should. They want to lowball them type of pastors, but they'll give all their money to somebody that's out here flexing.
the real pastors, they really go for the people that's like, that's broke. I think they target broke people, the real pastors. They be having them small churches in having church sermons in a front living room and stuff. I think they target broke people. If they want to do the monetizing thing and they'll get a building, get their credit right, get the CD, wherever tax law they got going on. Heck yeah, they'll go for the money.
Yeah, that's real, man. But a lot of these mega pastors, they start off a certain way and then, they get blessed with more and more and more and more. So that make them fake because they blessed.
No, it make them fake when they try to capitalize on it. They may pass the plate around a little bit more than they usually do, or the plate may be bigger than a normal plate you would normally see. That plate to be gold with some crystals on it, extra super size, everything.
Yeah. Hey, I feel like TD Jake's a real. I respect your opinion, but I feel like he the real deal. He get the job done. Plenty of Sundays. He went up there and shut it down. For a long time. He been doing this thing for years. You can't fake it that long. If he was fake, he wouldn't have been able to rock out for this long, man. I just feel like at the end of his career, as he got older, that's when he started slipping a little bit because times change. You really can't put it on him because he used to doing what he do, but as the times change, you have to change. And I feel like his pivot, the way he tried to adjust to the times, it really didn't hit the mark. And that's what anybody, especially somebody his age, it's gonna be hard to deliver a message that can sit well with the current generation or the times that we living in now, because we live in some crazy times.
I don't know. I think his time is up because when information and preaching and giving those type of like sermons and like inspirational type of speeches, I think that's timeless. I think his time will never be out, and the older he get, the better he look. But if he got some stuff in his closet, oh yeah, they hang that over your head, and you gonna have to fake a heart attack. You got to get out.
Yeah.
you know.
Like I said, TD Jake's been trying to keep up with the times. You see his wardrobe change. He come out there
Oh, he
with a
was
pink
good.
suit.
That's as he shaved, he well maintenance and all that. But what the heck is in his closet? 'Cause I done seen him say some crazy stuff. I done seen him on stage with his hand in his pocket. I don't know if you want to pull it up. When it was an officer on stage twerking in front of him, and he had his hand in his pocket.
Yeah, I seen him wear some zesty daddy clothes. But that's the times
Heck it.
it ain't he ain't the only one. That's what they selling. You go to buy some clothes, it's gonna be some tight ass shit up in there, man. Like you can't escape it. What you gonna do? Find some old ass pants from the '90s and wear that? Like you gotta keep up with the times. So it's just the world we
I
living
ain't
in.
mad at his wardrobe. His wardrobe sometimes could be colorful and all that, but he can be well dressed too. He can be well dressed too, but it ain't got nothing to do with his sexuality. Well, as a preacher, your sexuality it's very he walking a thin line. He cannot move like he moves. He got to be pure at heart for real. He got to be able to resist all temptations, all that. And he got it. I mean, he can wear regular clothes. Like he wears some stuff that'll probably cost $4,000 a shirt. Like that stuff is unnecessary. He got to come down to the people, wear regular clothes. He can still be fresh. He can still be fresh.
Yeah, we live in some messy times. How about that? Maybe that's
Oh
what it
yeah,
is.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Messy, messy times.
I don't know too many real deal preachers I don't really attend churches like that unless because I thinking they all bull crap at times, well most of the time. But it's some real deal ones that's really for the people. So I'm not. They be out there like them Muslims with them bean pies. Like, boy, this dude dedicated. Cause in Kansas City, I know they dedicated in Kansas City back in the day, like early 2000s. Oh yeah, they'll be out there, man. They'll be out there. You know.
Yeah, man. Do you feel like the black church is a safe place because there's so many people coming out with horror stories about their experiences in the black church? Whether they've been assaulted or a pastor tried to do something with them or a deacon or they had a bad experience with some of the sisters in the church. Is it really a safe place to go in there and get to meet people? Because they say the church is a hospital. It's a lot of sick people in there.
Well, it's some church like when I was coming up, my mom ran across a couple preachers like when we was going through hard times and when I was younger. And they all gathered up and they paid our rent until she was able to get established and all that stuff. She was on point. Like, like it's some real deal. They'll know if you really need it or not, but they know if you gaming them and not
Hold
and
on.
everything. So they'll help
Your
you out and
mama,
all that. But it's some
no
fake preachers out here.
disrespect. No
Yeah, yeah.
disrespect, but your mama found a church and went up there and had the men paying her bills.
Oh no, they would do it. They'll do it. They'll do it. They'll do it.
They,
Heck yeah.
how many of them was paying her bill?
No, just one of them.
Just one man. She found a good man in the church and he paid her bill.
No, the preacher.
God
The
is good.
preacher.
The
The
preacher did
preacher.
it. He
Yeah,
the
the
pre
preacher. The preacher.
the
That's why I said there's some real good preachers out here. Like they got pregnant women. They help them find places to stay.
yeah
There's brothers out here that help them find
a,
jobs.
a safe
It,
haven.
yeah, there's people that like out here. Like when I started my cleaning service, yeah, help me like they'll let me clean the church.
Oh, that's
Just to
amazing.
start off and get them on my resume or whatnot.
hmm
So heck yeah.
Is that because they knew who your mama is?
Nah, like I don't know, like, cause like she switched states. She in a whole nother state.
hmm
Yeah,
That's amazing, man. That's good to know that it's still good people out there. And I believe there's a lot of good churches, but you got to be clicked up in order for it to be good for you, man. If you ain't clicked up, if you ain't kissing the right asses, you're gonna be shit out of luck with a lot of these churches, man.
man. I mean, it's not even really the church sometimes, like, cause like I gave away a lot of stuff. I didn't gave away money. I get that way. I get that stuff away faithfully, but I keep a budget though. I got a budget for that type of stuff. It's a tax write
hmm
off and everything too.
Yeah,
So it can continue to keep going and going and going and never be totally on my pockets because at the end of the year I could file or whatnot if I want to give
yeah.
away one of my vehicles, like one of my older vehicles. Like I
hmm
can go out there and see some. If I see a brother out there or a young brother or some going to work every day or a sister with kids on the bus stop, I give them the car. I'm that type of
Yeah,
dude though,
tax write
cause
off.
yeah, or
That's good.
sometimes it may not. Sometimes it may be at the heat of the moment to where you may not be able to get all that out the way, but like shit, keep it moving. Sometimes you'll have a little bit more, so you can like it ain't gonna hurt. But
But you know, you sound like you a brother that got yourself together, and that's good, man. But can you imagine if your life was under a microscope and the public had access to information about you? Do you think the public would do you favors and look at you in a favorable light, or do you feel like they will find some loopholes in there in order to exploit you and dog you out? If you was on the same status as a TD Jakes, do you think you would be able to survive today's public?
um, it's about how you carry yourself. I mean, cause like it's hard to even like roast people that don't even be like you can be in the limelight and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but you can move like you can always like they hate to see you coming. You always sound like they therapist, always trying to sound like they goddamn preacher and stuff. They be like, man, this uppity dude. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they'll try to find some, but they'll get tired of investing in like private investigators to find all your private and all your private secrets, and ain't nothing really going on in your life. You literally, really just go to the grocery store, come home, and do your job, pretty much every day.
Yeah, man. And for TD Jakes to be able to survive this long with no allegations about him to make it to the mainstream, it make you wonder why is he getting hit with this stuff. As soon as Diddy got hit, it's like anybody that ever was next to him or took a picture with him, so they figure, hell, there's some pictures of TD Jakes with Diddy. That don't mean that they was doing something malicious. They was in a public place. Diddy came to his church. He had plenty of people come to his church. He had Tyler Perry come and put his hand on him and anoint him at his church. So like why is he being demonized for having relationships with celebrities?
Cause I don't know. I mean, pretty much he was trying to be buddy with him too much instead of just literally lacing his shoes with game. Cause I don't know. They look like they were just too buddy. Like he stand straight up, look at me, talk to me like a man. I ain't your friend. Like literally, I'm your teacher. They too hugged up. He had too many of his events. It's like literally, I'm your therapist. Pull up. We talk behind the scenes. We can have it on camera and make a show out of it. But literally, it's gonna be like a Gayle King. You don't see Gayle King hugged up with R. Kelly. She's looking at him like, what's going on?
She was hugged up with Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Look, TD Jakes posted this picture in 2013. He said, bumped into Diddy this morning. How many people will pray for him? Very good heart.
Bump into Diddy.
He said he bumped into him in the morning. He said he got a very good heart, and I know he'd appreciate your prayers. He knows God has a plan for his life. So, he bumped into Diddy, and he's saying that this man need prayer. He walked up on TD Jakes and asked him to pray for him, man. So you figure he's a pastor. Ain't like he walked up on TD Jakes and said, you coming to the party tonight. That don't even make no sense.
I done seen Lil Durk be a part of genocide in Chicago and try to be a Muslim right before he go to jail.
Yeah,
I don't
that's true.
Can't trust it. Diddy, and TD Jakes know, man, they too dang. You can't just run into people as a pastor. Like, you was more mystique. Like, you can't just you run into them like y'all at the grocery store. Hell no. No,
man, these pastors be regular people, man. After Sunday, after they do their sermon, football Sunday, these pastors be drunk as hell with a bowl of hot wings, watching the game, doing regular people shit, man. You can't expect them to be in the room with a cloak holding a Bible all night. They gonna have fun. They gonna be human.
You can't have Diddy in your house like he your friend now. Like, no, he like literally your therapist now. Like, they had business together, because it's like that he wasn't even on no therapist stuff with Diddy. It was like more of a friendship. And
man,
I ain't never seen a parent be friends with their kids that was successful with it.
I hear what you're saying, but these entertainers, they got access to all different types of people. If they want a masseuse, they have a masseuse come to the house. They want a personal trainer, a chef, whatever. They got access to people. You need some prayer, you need a pastor. Shit, they got access to people like TD Jakes to pray for them or to get them. They got spiritual advisors. They got financial advisors. They got stock people. They got broker, all different types of stuff, man. Accountants. They got access to people when you got money like that. So if Diddy had access to a pastor, that don't mean he was freaking off with the man.
Man, them glasses on Diddy says he a liar. That he'll take something, and booty ain't off the list. Nobody gets away from Diddy. Them glasses reek. Nobody. Look at his shirt. He got a bullet on his shirt, and he ran it. Come on.
He didn't know he was gonna bump into TD Jakes.
He shouldn't even have approached him if they wasn't cool like that. He wouldn't have approached him with that attire on. He looked like he got a whole ounce of cocaine in his pocket.
They out there with rich people where we ain't even allowed, where regular people ain't even allowed to go, man. They out there doing rich people shit. They bumping into each other. They probably out there in Los Angeles somewhere. Who knows? Silicon Valley.
TD got to know when to draw the line between somebody that need that is like, you got to be in closed rooms. You can't be taking pictures before his rehabilitation. Like, he's about to go to jail and all that. You all out there, man, come on. It was that was private. What that picture was supposed to be taken with their personal phones and kept as a souvenir or something, but
says who? Who got the right to tell them who they can congregate with and who they could spend time? The hell with that. They don't give a man. The world is full of BS with this whole situation. I'll tell you what it's all about, man. It's a smear campaign. This Epstein and these Harvey Weinstein, these people, they the real monsters. They just trying to gloss it over with a black face, man. That's what it's all about.
That's why I was like a couple weeks ago when I called in, I was like, Diddy need to go ahead and hey, he need to turn everybody's name in, because it's gonna be a lot of names. It's gonna be all those, like, people gonna have field days with, oh yeah, that cracker. They're gonna have that. They're gonna have a little bit of everybody. Mexicans that's in charge of stuff, Chinese people that's execs and all that. It's gonna be a lot of everybody in there. But mostly it's gonna be it's gonna be probably Europeans, that's in charge. But I don't know if Diddy got the guts just drop the name, because he's probably not gonna get prosecuted. But he still needs to.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell, brother. That's why we gotta let you know we appreciate your phone call, dog. That's why the next time we go live, you specifically gotta call back, because you always keep it real, man. We ain't got nothing but love for you, man. And we gonna holler at you on the next stream. Real talk, man. Shout out to him. He called in and shut it all the way down, y'all. And I know y'all appreciate his conversation, because I do. Real talk. Okay, let's go ahead. We need to get into this real quick. Y'all need to listen hard too, because this the real deal. Listen at this, man.
How it all started for you. How did it all begin?
I was 14 when I moved to Atlanta. Take my number down. Call me. I'm 14 years old. I'm new to the state. I can't. Like, what do we got to talk about? We're not even in the same league. When I got in trouble at school, I called him, and the next day, my mom came, picked me up, and the teacher was actually saying, "Can I keep my job? I apologize." And that's how I actually got caught up into it. Like, that's how I became, let me just do everything the church do, let me do everything he say do, because I want to be like that. You got that much power. I'm listening to rappers call, say, "Can I rent your car? Can I?"
He talking about Bishop Eddie Long, y'all. He said Eddie told him, "Call me." He hit him with his digits. Like, if you need anything, young blood, hit me up. He said he got in trouble at school. And the next day the teacher was begging, "Can I keep my job? Please don't fire me, please." Because Eddie Long had that type of power. He said rappers was calling him asking if they could rent and borrow his cars. Damn, y'all need to listen to this.
I borrow money from you because my next CD will come out. I need an event. So you hear this and you see these people around them. When I said in my first interview, it's a drug. It literally is. You're 14 years old. You don't see this stuff often. And I get the chance to be with you and just run with you just because. It's the power that he commanded when he walked into a room. That's dad. To everybody. You walk in the sermon, "Hey, Pops." You go into the office, "Hey, Pops." You walk around the city, "Hey, Pop." But yet he'll make sure when I walk in the city, "This is my son. We're going places. I'm with the president. This is my son." I felt bad for his kids man, I don't know what y'all doing at home, but this my dad now. That's tough.
How did he transition it? How did it progress?
You're just so comfortable. And then out of nowhere, he just hits you with the most emotional question. Now, when he takes you to that emotional question, I'm taking you back to a memory. It's almost like hypnotism. Relax, lay down, talk about how you feel. And then you start vividly thinking about it, and you start crying. And that's when I talk to you. I know what you're feeling, and I know what it's like.
That's the same, hold on, that's the same thing that other dude, wait a minute, that's the same thing that other dude said about TD Jakes. He said he was talking to TD Jakes for 2 hours and he bust out crying because he was speaking about his dad. He found the spot. Just like on that movie Get Out, man. You take them niggas to the sunken place. Find out their weak point. Once you got it, you got them, man. Damn, is there some truth to all of this? Hold on, y'all. Maybe it's true, man. They get to talk. Remember in the movie, she asked him about his mama and the trauma he was going through. He started crying. Next thing you know, it's mind control, hypnotism. That man said TD Jakes was talking to him and he blacked out. He don't even remember how he got home. Hold on, y'all. Listen, man. We connected some dots, man. Listen to this.
I'm sitting at this table, and for the first time talking to any man, I got tears coming down my face because somebody gets me. Somebody understood what I was going through. Well, after sitting there and having this long discourse with him, I finally look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go. I got to get this car back to my mother. She's going to kill me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up. And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me and tried to kiss me. And in that moment, I literally died.
And they get them boys and get the mentoring them boys and break their ass down. And once they got them just like in the movie, man. And they be stuck. Once you cry in front of another man, all your defenses, all your guards is gone. Once them tears start to roll down your face, you gonna be somebody's bitch. It's the same story, man. I don't know no more. Hold on, run that back.
You're just so comfortable. And then out of nowhere, he just hits you with the most emotional question. Now, when he takes you to that emotional question, I'm taking you back to a memory. It's almost like hypnotism. Relax, lay down, talk about how you feel. And then you start vividly thinking about it, and you start crying.
Damn, yo, man, there's some shit going on. Hello, who this is here, man? Hello?
So you asking the question, is you still letting people call in and answer that question?
Oh, man, yeah, most definitely, brother. We just need you to cut that down in the background and go ahead and answer the question for us, man.
Yeah. Is the black church, is it safe?
Yeah, man, that's what we want to know, because it seemed like these pastors be mentoring these young brothers and, you know, hypnotize these boys, break them down emotionally, and then take advantage of them. That may or may not be the case. How you feel about this?
Man, I think the black church is safe, man, because basically it's like people judging. It got a lot to do with judging. When it comes down, because I see the TD Jakes stuff, people rather judge him about as for being not a human, because he a human. He gonna make mistakes, but people rather judge him than the judge if he telling us the truth or not. That's what I'm saying. That's why church a safe place, because it ain't about what people doing, man. It's about, is they telling us the truth. If God sent him to tell us the truth, he can make mistakes all he want to, long as he do what God sent him to do. And man, a lot of people grew from TD Jakes. That's all he did was tell us the truth. So if you judging him by this one mistake, which people don't even know what he did in the room, man, you can be cool with anybody, man. It's in the Bible. It say love anybody. Just because they might as well judge him for talking to a homeless person. What's the difference from a homeless person and taking a picture with P. Diddy? It ain't no difference. So man,
W-
if you judging this man by this one mistake off of all the truth he did for us and told us the truth and help more people gain more faith, man, look, man, this world is terrible. Them churches is for the truth, for us to go to church and hear the word and hear the truth. It's not for us to judge a preacher when he make a mistake.
Hey,
Man, that's
what if
huh?
historically, what if historically it was all mind control, especially in the black church since slavery times? What if the pastor's role was to keep people, in a state to where, we just gonna wait on the. What if it was always mind control? What if it's something that's going on in the modern day? Because before you call, we was talking about how these boys, they all had the same story. The pastors, they do these mentorships, and once they got you, they got you. They have a power over you, and maybe the power that a lot of pastors have over their congregations is mind control.
Um, well, see, that's why I say the person have to really read the Bible themselves. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? To know if the preacher telling you the truth or trying to use this mind control thing. But man, the truth though,
What if
like
the
the truth.
so-called truth is mind control?
If the so-called truth is mind control, man, it ain't no God.
Oh, there's a
It
God.
ain't no God. If that's the case,
No,
man, the
there's
truth is
definitely a
God.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it ain't no mind control. Like that's why in the Bible it say when the world gonna end once everybody know of God. He giving everybody a chance
What if
to
there's
know Him.
a million ways to cut a sandwich, but the way that we talk is the standard, but that's not the only way it could be cut. But the way it was taught to us, that's the only way it can be cut. And people wouldn't even dare to cut it another type of way. You know what I'm saying? What if the standard that we've been given is a standard to keep us under control?
Um, Under control the righteous way.
Hey man, I feel like in society, people need direction. That's why they say the Lord is a shepherd and we just sheep. Sheep without a shepherd, they just gonna be a lost flock. They need somebody to steer them in the right direction. But sometimes, the person that's a shepherd could lead you to the slaughter. And 9 times out of 10, that's what the shepherd gonna do. That's the reason why they got you there as they sheep, so they can use you and for whatever resources you have to give.
Yeah, that's why we gotta, we gotta know. You gotta know the Bible, and you gotta know God. You either gonna have to read the Bible, or go through trials and tribulations to know God. Either one. There's only two choices, two ways to get to know Him. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And it's up to you to take that choice. And once you get to know Him, man, it's like this. I know Him. I know Him.
mm-hmm.
I know church a safe place. I know
Yeah,
it is. We just judging people. We
mm.
just judging people. That's what made you ask the question: is the
Yeah,
black church a safe place? And that's a not judge, bro. It's all about the word. That's what it.
mm-hmm.
This circle we having, this conversation we having, it's gonna go right back to the word, the
Yeah,
truth. It's going to hear the truth. Only if you believe in God, you know what I'm saying. If you don't believe in God, then you gonna believe what you said about leading, I guess, the wrong way, controlling
yeah,
the
man.
mind.
People being
Yeah,
led astray. And that's
yeah,
what we
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. People coming out now saying that once upon a time, these pastors led them astray. Not saying they leading everybody astray, but, you know, they had people that they do lead astray. That's like,
Yeah, they
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
like a man. He love his wife. He faithful to his wife and everything. But them little side pieces, them little skeezers, he gonna lead their ass astray. He ain't gonna take them seriously. He gonna promise his wife things and deliver on his promise. But for them hoes, he ain't about to deliver a damn thing but some meat.
Yeah. So so what you saying? What you saying about that? I think, man, look, that if it ain't got if you if it ain't got nothing to do with you going to heaven, if it can't help you go to heaven, then the choice is not to do it. Not to
That's right.
believe it. If believing this can stop you from getting to heaven, don't believe it.
hmm That's real. That's the
So
message
that
that needed to be heard, man. If it ain't gonna get you to heaven, then don't even fool with it.
man, you gotta know that. You gotta know if it's gonna get you to heaven. So I can't. We only thing God can do is send the preachers to help us know how to get to heaven.
hmm
Without the preachers, man, we'll be killing each other, and man, we wouldn't love nobody.
Yep.
That's the only way we know the Bible. There's too many people don't read the Bible, man.
Yeah, man. I
For
remember
real,
the
man.
last time I tried to read it. I ain't gonna lie, I fell straight to sleep, dog.
Yeah, it's hard to read because man, it's the sex too good, what the money can buy, and man, to make you not care about the Bible.
Yeah,
You
and
know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
where
The
we
money
at in
and
this
sex.
story? Where the black people at in in the book? You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been always wanted to know where we fit in at.
Yeah, and man, most of the struggling too will keep you from reading. You know what I'm
Yup.
saying? So man, you gotta know him, man, and it's better to go through the trials instead of read the Bible though.
I
But
wouldn't
you
read it
can't
at
go
night.
through them, huh?
I wouldn't read it at night. I know that much.
Yeah, so that's the only way you can talk about this. If you ain't read it or know God, man, you can't be answering no question like that. You wasting people's time. Man, you gotta do stuff to go to heaven.
If you're gonna read the Bible at night, I recommend you have all the lights on in the damn house.
Yeah, see, I be on God. Like I be on God on a Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the evening. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So man, I worship. I believe hard. So that's why I'm calling because I was my preacher was T.D. Jakes, man, and
Yeah.
they posted that stuff, and I couldn't. I was embarrassed to let my family see me watching him because they know what he did, what he was at the party. So I'm like, I don't want them to think like, damn, you watching TD. I don't want them to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like embarrassed to watch him. So I've been trying to find a different preacher, and man, a lot of them doing the same stuff TD Jake's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, so I was like, dang, like, man, even though I know about listening to the truth, just only it only matter what God sent them to do. Cause they humans, man. When you a preacher with that much power, man, women gonna come. A lot of them messing with other women on the side, but man, that's gonna come. God ain't judging them for that. He judging you. If you going by the word, if you judging them for their mistakes, man, you got a long you got a long way to learn, man.
Yeah. And
Yeah, man.
you got to separate the man from the word because people eat at restaurants all the time, don't know who the chef is, what he about, his history, or none of that shit. But if the food hitting, who gives a damn, man? You can't
Yeah,
say, I ain't
man.
gonna eat this man food because he like to do this and he like this type of porn. Who gives a fuck? If he
Man,
know
look,
how to cook
man.
if he know how to cook a meal and it's delicious, then eat the damn food. If TD Jakes delivers a good message, the hell with what he do in his personal life.
Man, look, God gonna get whoever judging that man, dog. God, they life probably up and down. If they been living like this, like going out for judging people by their mistakes, especially T.D. Jakes and what God sending him to do. Man, your life
Mm-hmm.
gonna be up and down if you judging that man, dog. You ain't gonna know why you going through what you going through. You cannot be blessed like that.
I ain't eating at that restaurant no more because the chef, he like them skinny ass crackhead looking assholes. Or the chef, he zest. That's like you ain't gonna eat somebody food because they zesty. But even though you like the zest that the flavoring they put in the food.
Man, the homeless people, living better than your life with money.
Hey,
I
a
guarantee.
lot of times, yeah, they got family and community. A lot of times,
Man, judging is like one of the worstest. That's worse than dope fiends, homeless people, a judging person.
yep,
Yeah,
that's
man, it's
true.
real bad. It's better than what we think, man. That's why it's in that
Yeah.
10 Commandments.
Yeah, don't give up on TD Jakes. For the people out there, man, his word's still good, regardless of how you feel about and his
Yeah,
personal life. It really don't concern you because it ain't gonna make you what he eat ain't gonna make you shit, man. His personal life it don't concern you. Even if he did go to the Diddy party and had a time of his life,
man.
you ain't no saint.
We don't know what he did. He didn't probably just his man. You can be cool with you in the club with gay people. People be in the club with gay people.
Hmm.
Oh man, this world bad, dog. I'm done now, man. Man,
Yeah,
thanks for
man.
having a phone call, man, because I had to
Real
get that
talk.
off my chest.
Yeah, man, don't give up on the pastor. Don't give up on the word. You know, just keep on whatever it takes to keep you a believer and keep you going from day to day, surviving and keep your sanity.
That's
Keep
gonna
on
get you
doing
to
it,
heaven.
man. Yeah, if
Yeah,
it's gonna get you to heaven, if it's a TD Jake sermon, an Eddie Long, whatever the case is, man, keep on doing what you got to do to survive out here, brother. We
man, you gotta
appreciate you,
love
man.
everybody, no matter what.
Real talk, man. Hey, the next time I go live, you got to call back because we family now. We appreciate you, dog, and we going to holler at you on the next stream. Real talk. All right. Be
All right,
good, brother.
all right.
Take care.
You
No
too.
doubt. Hello, hello. Who this is, man?
This Big D with Columbus, man. What it do?
Man, we trying to figure it out. TD Jakes is catching hell. How you feel about this, brother?
Hey, man, like the man said like you told the man a minute ago, I believe they leading us all the wrong straight, the wrong way. Church ain't what it used to be, what it's supposed to be.
Damn. But can you blame the church for that, or can you blame the times that we live in? Because people would rather be lied to. A lot of people can't handle the real truth. Because if you give people the real truth, they gonna have to quit living their life, man. All of the shit that they enjoy, all of the things that they indulge, they gonna have to cancel their Netflix, they Hulus. They gonna have to quit doing a whole bunch of stuff, man. You gotta appease to the people, or else you ain't gonna have no congregation.
Well, I'm like you now. I don't know no more, man. Everything I thought, it ain't real no more. Everything fake, so I don't know what to believe no more.
And it's all about what works for you, man. Because a lot of people, there's plenty of people out there that be straight up atheists. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus. None of that stuff until they go through a traumatic experience and they ain't got nowhere to turn. As
Now, I
soon as they
believe
get
in
shot
God.
in the ass, as soon as that bullet hit their ass, oh
Oh,
Lord
Lord.
Jesus, Jesus.
Lord help me. But yeah, I believe in the spirit, man. I don't believe in all that gibberish and all that matching in heaven. I need a matching down here. You know what I'm saying? All that. That's a bull drunked up, man.
But in all reality, when they say a mansion in heaven and things like that, it's in your mind, man. You gotta conceive it and believe it before it can manifest, man. So it is a deeper level to this. Some people take things literal, but a lot of stuff in the book ain't meant to be taken literal. It's a metaphor. But the messed up part about it is the people at the top know that a lot of these things are metaphors, but they'll give it to you as if it's literal. So they telling the truth, but not the whole truth.
Yeah, but what kind of jungle is, man? The big poor people for money every Sunday, and then your kids going to college doing real good, and these people can't make mortgage, can't make light bill, but they preach and put in the pot, the pan, they pass it around 3-4 times, and then go to church every Sunday for 50 years, and your rent been behind all them years. Them folks got 2 or 3 mansions, 2 or 3 cars, and all that.
But
I
see,
don't know no more.
it worked for people that understand you have to give in order to receive. So when they pay their tithes, a lot of people in their mind, they say, I'm gonna get this $10, but I know this $10 is gonna come back to me 100-fold. So they'll get a little $10 willingly because they understand that in order to give, in order to receive, you have to give. So when they give their tithes, they in their mind, they like, shit, this $10 gonna flip into $100 because I'm practicing the art of giving to receive. But you got people out there that don't understand that, and they figure, hell, I'm just losing $10 and I ain't gonna get shit back. And guess what? They gonna get the $10 and ain't gonna get shit back because they don't know no better.
But I think it's better if a child at church barefooted or have wore out shoes. I think it'd be better if you give them $10 or them $20 every week instead of getting to the man that got 10 pair of gators. Instead of give him the $10 to $20 every week. I think you're supposed to give the child that come to church every time you look around, you see he ain't got nothing. You see they poor, they barely is making it. I think God will bless you just as good if you give it to them or you put it in that pot.
And see, it's people in church that know how to play the game, and there's people out there that's just straight up lame. You got lames in the church, and you got people in there that know exactly. They put their intent first. So when they step in the damn church, they stepping in there with their intent. Then you got other people that step in the church with their guilt, with their worry, with their pain, with their shame. And a lot of times they ain't never going to get ahead unless they start vibrating on the higher frequency, man. So all of the tools is there, but if you don't know how to use the tools, you're just going to be sitting there watching everybody else, build off of the tools that's provided by the church.
Yeah, but like I say, man, I hate to keep saying it. I don't know no more because what I thought the church was, I used to go a lot of times. I'm Baptist, Southern Baptist, but it ain't what I thought it was, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what I thought it was. The preachers, they doing something in and everything. I know some gangster guys and did some of everything. They said they'll do everything but play preacher. I know a guy that been the Feds, got a degree in theology. He said, I do anything to get some money other than put a suit on and go up there and trick these folks out of their money, these poor, hungry people out of their money, and act like they going somewhere. He said he'll do anything else other than that.
Man, they feel like people have to serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't got no purpose in life. So, and I ain't saying what they doing is right, but in their minds, they feel like, well, at least I'm giving people a purpose. That's why you got the church vans. People can't even make it to the church, but hell, somebody got to fill them seats. That's why they'll have a courtesy van to go out and get the have-nots and bring them in so they can serve a purpose. And a lot of these people feel grateful that they have a purpose to serve. I know it's sad, but hell, in order to win, somebody got to lose.
I used to drive the van, man. My kids, I got 4 kids. I'm married. I got 4 kids. All my kids been in college. My first 2 older kids went out to college. I jumped on the van and started. I wasn't going to church. I believed in God. But I jumped on the van to watch my daughters because I know stuff going to church. I had 2 daughters. They're 22 and 18 now. And I started jumping on the van to drive the van just to watch them. I drove the van for years over there. But too much stuff be going on, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of it. If I'm going to go to hell, I want to go to hell my way. I don't want to go to hell nobody else's way. I ain't going to follow nobody else to hell.
Stuff like what, brother? Like you say, you see some stuff that you disgusted with or some stuff that you didn't like. Like, can you be specific and let us know what type of stuff didn't sit well with you while you was driving the van?
All church stuff. You know what goes on in church, man. It's a long line list that ain't right that goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, putting all the money in the church for the pastor instead of getting the homeless poor barefooted child some shoes or something. You know, they don't do stuff like that, man. They want to make their pockets fat. And I ain't mad at them about that, but I don't want to be part of it.
Damn, man. A lot of people would say you hating on the pastor from the church van.
Well, I ain't mad at them what they say. I ain't been argue with them. Like I said, I don't know no more. They say what they want to say, as long as I don't be a part of it.
In the van, mad. Like, damn, I'm in this van. He up making all the money. I'm driving the van. That sound disgruntled.
No, I was through with the van. I felt like that, man. I had to stop driving the van anyway, but when I thought about it, had wisdom. God give you wisdom too, and common sense. Whether you use it or not, that's up to you. You know, God gave us everything we need to make it. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't got to follow nobody else that's saying, come and do this and do that. Ain't but one way to get to God. That's through Jesus and all that. Hey, man, you got to have your own personal spirit. See, religion is taught in the book, but spirit is within the end.
Yeah.
And see, I got spirit. I'm not holding them down, but I got spirit. Now, one good preacher I like to listen to on TV is, what his name is, I can't think of his name right there. My mind just went blank, but I watch him all the time. He come on TV. He speaks straight from the Bible, Don't cut Gino Jennings.
Yeah.
Because I can't find nothing. I can't find no garbage on him or no wrongdoing on him. He preached what's in the Bible. Most preachers don't even preach what's in the Bible these days. They tell you anything. So he preached what's in the Bible. No women in the pulpit. No remarriage. No LGBTY, whatever in the church. He preached. I don't care about them in how long you bring that money. But Gino Jennings, now he might be a fake. He might deserve an Oscar. But he act like a preacher.
Old school.
Now, yeah. He act like a preacher. I know you've heard. You know what I'm talking about, Gino Jennings.
Yeah, his whole thing is if you don't like it, then don't come to my church, man. He'll tell you straight up if you don't like my message, you can get the hell on. But a lot of pastors, they want everybody. They trying to please everybody. You can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody, man. Especially you got a lot to please them. And then what these churches like the Christmas thing, man. I found out about Christmas, man. Christmas to keep you broke, man. Christmas, the word you look up Saint Nick, it means devil. Christmas. A heathen, like Esther said in Fred Summer. You old heathen, people who put up trees and lights, they are heathen. It's in the Bible. I'm not telling you about what I've heard. It's in the Bible. And people still do it, go broke, steal, rob, for years, rob to try to make a Christmas, have a good Christmas. And because they were taught that in the church. But that's not true. You don't even supposed to do that. See, that's why I stopped. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to do it. I don't want to go to hell like that. I want to go to hell my way if I'm going to go to hell. I don't want to go to hell their way.
You know what's wrong with a lot of our people, man? We look at people of other nationalities and see their cultures and say, hell, they got their own culture, their own customs, the way they do things, the way they got their holidays and stuff. Well, black folks in America, what a lot of us need to realize is that we are Americans and we do what Americans do, man. Our whole experience is an American experience. So when you talk about Thanksgiving, Christmas, these are American holidays. And since we are Americans, we participate in these things because this is where we was born and raised. These are our traditions and cultures, the same way people in Africa have theirs, people in China, Mexicans have their traditions. We Americans, man. We really can't fight the fact that we are what we are.
Yeah, but I guess that's something like monkey see, monkey do. You know, you got to do it because they do it. Like Halloween. I'll see your kids out to Halloween and people got masks on. They got to check the candy when they come back. I'll buy my kids some candy myself. You know what I'm saying? Who would do that? Traditionally, they do that for years after years after years. Send their kids out to go trick or treat. Hey, man, but they've been doing it in the Baptist church for years. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, it's an American holiday. You know, this is where we are in the U.S. of A., the United States. This is what we do as a people, man. And once we come to terms and come to grips with that, it really wouldn't have such a sour taste because where else we got to go? Where else can we claim? We really don't have nothing else to claim. So I figure, hell, if it's Christmas, get me some eggnog and somebody better get me a present.
Well, what wrong with doing it in March? April and February. What wrong with doing that? You know what I'm saying? What wrong with buying your little girl or your son a bike or PlayStation in just July? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just waiting to Christmas, something that the Bible said is wrong and is biblically wrong. Why would do that? Why? But like I say, I didn't question nobody because like I heard you say, I don't know no more. But I promise that's been my saying for about the last year or so because I really don't know no more. I used to thought what I thought was right. Everything they told me that was right is wrong. So
what is right? No, yeah, see, that's the thing about it. If you don't know no more, then what is there to know? You're just gonna be lost out here, and people don't want to be lost. People got to latch on to something. It's like you waiting on the train or the bus, but you don't know what bus to hop on. Some people say, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna hop on one of these buses, and wherever it take me, at least I ain't just sitting here." Looking like a dumb and confused, not knowing which way to go. People have to have direction one way or another, man.
Yeah, but I don't want to read the Bible and see what's in the Bible, exactly what the Bible said don't do, and go to church every Sunday and watch the preacher do what the Bible said don't do, allow to go on what he said don't do. I'm wasting time and money, man. I'm wasting time and money with that. I'm going over there. The Bible said no women in the pulpit, but I'm looking at a woman in the pulpit. No remarrying. What you remarrying? You know what I'm saying? All this stuff that don't supposed to go on there. And you're overlooking people. People pay their tithes every Sunday. Don't miss no time paying their tithes. You go in there and see your light bill due. You need some help on your light bill. Ain't no money in this. They ain't got no money. But when you know a lie, you know simple math, you know the lie, you see them getting it up, you know what you've been putting in there. But they tell you that. That's why I say I don't follow it no more. But I'm going to always follow God, the Spirit. I know that the Spirit. I want to do that.
That's real. You know, man, it's a lot of people in that got medical degrees or went to school for some hardcore shit that you got to have smarts in order to get it done. And they graduate from school, they get in position, and all that stuff they learned in the book go out the window. They don't remember none of that shit, but they still able to do their job and do it well. That's like these pastors or people that's deep into the Bible. You know the word, you heard the word and everything, but when you in real life situations to where you have to exercise these things, you might not even know exactly what to do in that moment, but somehow you still get the job done. So you could read the Bible, you have to take what you can get from it, but ultimately you gonna have to figure things out on your own. That's like people that go to school and learn math, addition, algebra, all this shit. You probably don't even need that type of stuff in the real world. But for the simple fact that you know it, you'll be able to function better than somebody that don't have a clue about any of this stuff. You know?
Yeah, but they teach you stuff in school that, man, I'm talking about really. They had me fooled. Like I said, man, I'm from the streets, from the ghetto hood or whatever, but I got 4 scholars that graduated top of school, 1 son, 3 daughters, and went to college. All of them went to college. But my son don't even have a job in his degree. Now, he have a great, wonderful job now that pays off, but ain't his degree. He got a degree in exercise science, graduated top of the class. But he don't have a degree. He don't have a job in that. And they told me in orientation, 60% or 70% or something never get a job in the first 2 or 3 years. And sometimes they never get a job at all in that field. But I was fooled. I thought that your children got to go to school, got to make all A's, got to go to college and do all this, man. And then there was a bunch of bullshit. All they do is owe money at the end.
But he's smart, though. He's smart enough.
It's not a race thing either. They do the white folks just like do the black folks. Just many white kids that owe back school tuitions and out of jobs just like black kids. I know a white man fixed cars and he got a degree. He's 50, 40-something years old. He's still paying back on his school degree from years ago, and he fixed cars. And he don't have a degree in automotive.
Damn. Yeah, man, it's messed up like that. And you know, that's a good example of what you just said, because you got pastors out here that study the Bible and still don't be doing right. All that studying, all that learning, and you still out here being a heathen. What was the point in even becoming a pastor if you out here living like a devil?
The money, man. That's all. I just hate to die. I hate to die in that thing. And it's not a God for real, and I could have been doing just like them, but I'm too scared to do like them jokers. I'm too scared my spirit gonna get me. But if I time I didn't believe in the higher spirit, the higher power, I'll be able to have me a clean suit on every week, drive me a big Cadillac.
It's a lot of perks.
Finessing out of money every Sunday, getting the biggest piece of chicken out of all that. Man, I be doing the same thing, but the Holy Spirit got me too scared to do that.
Yeah, man. What Eddie Murphy said in Coming to America, when they asked him, where can you find a good woman? Shit, the church got a whole lot of perks, man. And a lot of people like to take advantage of them perks. And it's really just a club for older people, really.
Oh, if that's what you're going for, that's fine. Most times you're going to get the word and going to get close to God, that's the wrong, you know what I'm saying? But if you just know you're going to look for a woman, you know, say, okay. But if you're going over there to look for God and trying to find higher power and be closer to God, they're not doing that in church no more, man. The only one person I see act like it is Gino Jennings. I skipped through him about 4 years ago going through YouTube, and I watch him a little bit every day because he's the only one to fit out the Bible, and he ain't going to, the way he acts. Now, he deserves an Oscar, whether he acting or not. Like he said, he's not going against God gnat's eye, the end of a gnat's eyelash. He don't care what nobody said, mama, dad, or whatever. He ain't going against what the Bible say. Now, he's the only man I know doing that. Now, whether the Bible true or not, Gino Jennings is the only man I know that going by that Bible. Now, them the kind of churches that need to be going on.
Yeah, man. But you know, brothers like this that's put in position, I hope he keep on doing his thing. I respect what he do as a pastor, but you know, he might be the last real pastor that we probably never see another pastor like him ever again. He might be the last one, you know, because They don't make them like this no more.
You're right, because I ain't seen them. That's them.
Yeah, that's it. I think this the last one we gonna get that's gonna come up from the era that he come up in preaching the way he preaching. We might as well enjoy it while it lasts, man.
Yeah. Yep,
That's
he
all we
sure
can
do.
do.
And I'm talking
Yeah.
about he's not gonna go against God for nothing. That's what I just like about him, whether he lying or what he telling me that or not. But he preaching to the people that he's not going against God for nothing. You got to do. He's doing what the Bible says. He don't care what it is. He'll challenge anybody in that Bible to go against him. You know what I'm saying? You know, anything else, he ain't doing that. But the other people that doing what against what God say, why would I go to a church if you're doing everything? The pastor doing everything what the Bible say don't do.
You know what it is? With Gino Jennings, he's a pastor for black men. All the other pastors, they cater towards women. You know, that's the big difference. This brother, he a pastor for brothers specifically, man. I mean, women too that's willing to accept what he got to say. I think the problem with a lot of modern day pastors, they cater to their greater fan base, which so happen to be women. They don't want to ruffle the women's feathers with their message, man. But pastors like Gino, he don't give a damn. He just gonna, like you said, he just gonna tell it straight from the Bible. But a lot of people stray from the Bible just to make, the women feel more comfortable. I hate to put it like that, but that's really what it's all about, man. They appease to the female audience.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of church. If I was going to a church, gonna follow a church, cause he got me food. You know what I'm saying? Like he doing what God said, what the Bible said. Like I said, I don't need to go in no church, man. That's my thought. And I said, I don't know. Now I said my children went to school and got college. I ain't now. I'm just, I'm like Charles and White now. You talking to an ignorant nigga probably. But I just know I ain't never been to college but I just know Gino Jennings doing what the Bible said, man. The rest of the pastors ain't doing it. And if I'm gonna follow, I know to follow. If I'm gonna follow anybody, that's who I follow. But you got to follow them, man.
Matter of fact, let me take that back. I can't say that pastors cater to women. They cater to the feminist agenda. That's what they do, because there's a lot of women that follow pastors like Gino Jennings. There's a lot of women that believe in the unfiltered truth and the unfiltered word, but there is an agenda, a feminist agenda out here that a lot of us have to cater to. Like I was saying earlier, TD Jakes wearing all these tight ass clothes and stuff. You can't blame him for that, because that's how they selling them. Hey, bro, when the last time you went to go buy some clothes and realized that shit wasn't fitting on your body the way you would want it to fit?
Yeah, I had to get I'm a big man. I had to get extra big. I've had to get extra big because I wouldn't feel like it's supposed to fit. Yeah, they making them fit different now, but I ain't in the skinny jean. I'm into a little fashion, but I ain't skinny jean.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of big brothers out here. They got to wear the skinny jeans because they don't know where else to find no pants that's going to fit them right. The extra large still be a regular large a lot of times. So we all stuck with it.
Yeah, well, it's ugly, man. But Gino Jennings always have been against TD Jakes, though. He always have said TD Jakes wasn't right. He been saying that for years. I've been watching about 5 years straight. I skipped by it. He said that like me watching me on TV. I just fly through the TV and seen him, somebody talking bold like he was. And that reader, I love that reader he got. They say they don't practice, but I just don't believe that. They can't be that on point. They say they never practiced that, the reader reading for him, and then he catch on to it. He said they never practiced, but I don't believe that. But anyway, about 4 or 5 years ago, I was flashing through the channels and seeing him, and I've been stuck here ever since. I get me a dose. Like I said, I ain't trying to act like I'm holier than thou or nothing like that, but I get me a dose of Gino Jennings once a day. I'm gonna stop there and see something he said. I've seen some sermon over and over, but he's real. He's the realest one I know. Like I said, he deserves an Oscar. They said all of them playing. Charles White said everybody play, but he deserves an Oscar though.
About that reader, I was thinking the same thing. How was they so in unison together? Like, what type of relationship? You figure that's his secretary or his yes man? Like, this man, he be on point. Maybe they just two men on the same mission of preaching the word.
They've been friends. They say the stories is they've been friends. They've been little boys. They've been friends. They've been going to church. They go. So you can be, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And he go to talk about what he want to talk about. You've been doing that long. See, that's some people that about true. I think true to it. Now they can be fooling me just like the rest of them out here trying to fool me. But yeah, that
Friends
real
since they
bad.
was little boys, huh? Since they was young men.
Yep, to young men, they've been doing it. And he right on point. I'm talking whatever Gino Jennings. Sometimes Gino say, "Come on, I'll just open it up and go anywhere." And he'll go in there, they'll go off. And then I like it. I'm talking, I like it. I like a lot of things, but I show like that. Well, hey man, I enjoy talking to you too, man. You're a trip, man. I just like how you talk slow and you be messing with people. Man. I watch you all the time too, man.
Oh man, I appreciate that, brother. Real talk, man. And I know this your first time calling, but you got to make sure this ain't your last time, dog.
It ain't my first time either. We just didn't talk this long. I called one time before.
And that's what
I got to lock in.
The first time calling this month, because I remember the last time you called, but you ain't calling in a minute, man, because I've been waiting.
It been a minute, but I'm gonna call. I'm gonna stay in touch with you, man, because I mess with you, man. I mess with Gino Jennings.
Oh, that's what it is, man. And it's always good to be in good company with a brother like Gino Jennings. No Diddy, man. And that's why the next time when I go live, you definitely got to call back, brother. We appreciate you, man. Real talk. You take care. Enjoy your weekend. We going to holler at you later. No doubt, man.
All right, sir.
All right, brother. Real talk. No, man. This Gino with this dude, they work too good together. He need to fire him and put a female up there. But this shit. These brothers too strong. They too tight. Let the women, he'll probably cuss a female out if she went up there. But you know what? Brothers got to stick together. And me, I'm my brother's keeper. I'm always going to give a brother the benefit of the doubt. Ain't nobody else going to do it. It might as well be me. Because that's the times we living in. Brothers catching hell. And I'm going to give T.D. Jakes the benefit of the doubt as well. Because he done more good than he ever did wrong. Hold on, y'all. Hello. Who this is here?
It's Beezy, baby. Sean Bleezy from Milwaukee. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's what it is, man. We so glad you called back. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what it is.
I just want to, what are we talking about? T.D. Jakes, right?
We talking about...
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we talking about the state of the black church. People feel like it's a lot of heathens. These pastors can't be trusted. It's just, black people starting to have a disgust for the black church. How you feel about all this stuff?
Yeah, I'm not all black churches, but the majority of, because I've seen them do some disgust things. I mean, the preacher and the first lady of the church, she's knowing what her husband is doing, practicing. I mean, I know this to be true, practicing, and then they got the boys down there, and the boys that like they coins the preachers are paying up, and it's just a disgrace. That's why I just stay home. I can pray in my closet. You know what I mean? Long as I know what I'm talking about. What's talking, people? And it just goes like back in the day, Bobby, I forgot his name. Not the one he calls the Joy, but Bobby Johnson. They had that little, Medea to him. A lot of people, a lot of preachers are like no, but a lot of preachers are like yes, come on, we're welcome. That's not how we were raised. That's not how I was raised.
Yeah, but do you go to church? Are you a frequent member of a church?
Yeah, I am. I'm a frequent member, but sometimes, my pastor passed away, so it's been a little different. So I've just been trying out a lot of different, churches to fit. I gotta feel it. If I don't feel it, if I don't get I always been scared to get the Holy Ghost, but if I don't get chills or get the crying and he make me feel it, that's not the church for me.
So you say you looking for a church that fits you because your pastor passed away?
Yeah, and then I know a lot of pastors with these nice churches with the ATM, and it's like I got a lot of cousins, and I love them. They're gay, and they go to the church, they practice, and they say, I'm going to get my coins. I'm like, what? And my other cousin, he like, oh no, I'm not. He said, I'm just going to get a ride because they all up there. He said, but yeah, and I'm like, and me and his mom, we looking like I want to go to the church and tell. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll stand up there and I'll say, I come with I'll come to you, with all this information. I was gonna bribe him or whatever, but I wouldn't be no better than him. But people should just know. It's like they're just trying to put. I don't have any problems with like gay relations, but don't just throw it all in my face like P Valley and just like what? Like, oh man, it's getting too deep. And
Yeah.
and TDJ got too deep in P Diddy pockets and a lot of people pockets, and that's why he's wearing shades and you know what I mean. And the pastor's supposed to look good and drive good, but not that good. You're not supposed to be everywhere.
Yeah, man. Okay, let me
And
ask
it's
you this
like,
question. I got to ask everybody this question, everybody that's watching, man. And I'm asking you too. Is the black church relevant anymore? Is it a necessity for our communities? Does it do us any service as a whole? Because it's individuals that go to church and, it
I
may
mean,
work for them, but
that's why it's like it's a 50-50 thing, because some people are real and some people need that love. Love is never supposed to be tough. That's why they say come as you are. Like I had an uncle, he drunk all the time, but he liked to go to church on Sundays, and that's like he might never get right. He might never be undrunk until and he hasn't drunk anything in like 33 years, but he went in that church drunk. And I'm like, it's like, come as you are. You're not supposed to, people are turning their nose up at you and they're doing more sinning than you, that they make people not feel welcome, but they're the worst people there.
yeah, that's true. That's real, man. As far as TD Jakes go, do you trust him? Is there something about his character that you feel is sketchy? Because people looking at him with the side eye nowadays, and this never happened before.
I've never felt him. I never liked TD Jakes. It's just something about him before the swallowing thing. It was before the swallow. I didn't feel him. It was all about money for him. You know what I mean? And ain't like I said, there's nothing wrong with God blessing the man that's preaching his word, but come on, TD.
Man, y'all say I've been hearing the same thing about Diddy. People say I
It's like
never liked
TD
his
Jakes.
music. I
To me,
never listened to
I
his
used to
music. I ain't never like him, knowing damn well you was a bad boy
I
fan back in
never
the day.
did because I felt like he was just it was like go. How go he's the Mac is, how he had everybody. That's how the churches are these days. You know what I'm saying? They going to school, they practicing that pimping, the word that they're pimping. And they're people don't even got their rent money or Christmas things, but they have to give it up to the church because the church got their mind. I'm like, I might not have it all to give. I'm gonna give you something, but God, I don't want you out here hungry or nothing like that. Just fix a doorknob on the church.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? Because it sounds like you just be talking just to be talking.
Yeah, don't do me like this.
I'm trying to piece it together and try to understand.
Have any faith in the black churches? I said I'm not going to say all of them, but I say the majority of them they're wicked. Because I know the people that are going there, that are playing the organs, that are leaving, and the activities that they do. You know what I'm saying? I visit a lot of churches, and like I said, my pastor passed away, and it's like not the same feeling. So that's why I'm, trying to get a feel of everybody, and it's weird. It's not the same as when I was a kid.
Now I'm starting to understand why black businesses treat their black customers like shit.
Why is that?
Because we automatically have a negative notion about even though we eat the food, be talking shit about the food while eating. This chicken nasty.
No, we were talking about
These greens
not
ain't
like
cooked
I
right.
said, not all. I said
This
not
eating
all
the people.
preachers.
Man, I understand now. Pastors, churches, that's the reason why they treat their congregation like crap, because we don't appreciate shit if it is black. White ice is colder.
I mean, black people sold out a lot of things a long time ago when Bush let the Arabs in. It's been blow up Gas City. It's this they run this right now. But I wasn't talking about all pastors. I was talking about 50%, 60% of them. They're not right, and I've witnessed this with my own eyes. I've like, really, you know what I mean? Like,
First you said you had a dedicated church. Then you said
no,
your
I
pastor
said
passed and you've been
I
floating.
had a
You've been
dedicated
floating.
church, and he's dead now. And I said I visited a lot of different churches, and I just don't get that feeling. You know what I mean? I got to get that feeling. And if I don't get that feeling, I don't get those chills that I'm scared of, because I've been scared to catch the Holy Ghost all my life. But I know God when He's on me. You know what I mean? But I'm like, you know, it just hasn't been right. My pastor's been gone for a year now, you know, so it's like I've been trying for a whole year trying to find out. You know what I mean? Other than that, I'm listening.
Is the black church a safe place? Can you go in there and feel like, hell, this is the safest place I could be? I don't have to worry about no predators, no vultures. I don't have to worry about.
I never really felt too safe in a black church, because I was always thinking that someone could come in here and blow our brains out. And now today, people are doing that. You know what? You would never think. You would never think nobody would steal off the money, but they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? I've always been afraid of, like, what if somebody just come off the streets and just, you know what I mean? But you know, my preacher made me, you know, feel better about that. Nothing ever happened at my church. You know what I'm saying? Mount Carmel Baptist Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But like I said, my pastor, he's been dead a year, and you know, everybody can't do what the main man do.
God bless him, man. You know, a lot of these boys, they coming forward and they saying that these pastors, you know, basically hypnotized them and took advantage of them. So, you know, I feel like with men,
it's like basically no different with the Catholic churches in the choir. I mean the boys that they have.
Right. So, and my question earlier was, can you connect that to the gospel, to the sermon? Is that the reason why, you know, these events keep on happening? Is there something within the book that sends the message that this type of stuff is normal? Because what they say, Peter was his favorite or some shit like that.
Yeah, and it's like, it feels creepy, and it's like they're changing the Bible so much. And it's like, you know, that's not what I've read. You know, that's not how I'm supposed to. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's crazy.
It's crazy out here.
All, you know, every religion has something crazy going on. Everybody's not perfect. You know, somebody blew up a Muslim church, you know, like Palestinian, but, you know, Muslims. And
a Muslim church.
Yeah, they weren't doing anything but praying. This was like 2 years ago. They killed like about 50 people. The old men, they were trying to protect their families, you know, their women, Muslims, they were, you know, wrapped up and everything. And yeah, it happened. You can look it up 2 years ago, Franklin, Wisconsin, in Milwaukee. But yeah, and that's, you know, it's because the world is crazy. So you don't know, like, when you hear about down south, you know it's like crazy. So but it's still like, dang, they really went in that church and did the people like that. But now it's like, now I like the way I always used to feel as a kid is coming back. Like, I don't trust no, you know what I mean? Especially with the windows open. If you're just trying to, you know, I'll go visit a church that's trying to get on their feet, but I don't want to be on a corner with the big glass open. At least have some bricks to protect me.
Yeah, man. And praise God, you know, everything you said, you got straight to the point. You answered the question. You let us know exactly what's going on up there in Milwaukee. Shout out to all my people up there in Milwaukee, man.
song. This TB, you sound
Yeah.
breezy.
Oh man, we ain't got nothing but love for you. You one of my favorite callers, man. That's why I gotta let you know the next time when I go live, I'm looking forward to you calling back. And make sure you enjoy your weekend. I know you got to go to church
All
in the
right.
morning and everything. So
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
for sure, for sure.
yeah, for sure, man. You take it easy out there. We love you to death.
All
We're
right.
gonna holler at you soon, baby. All right, take care now. All right, be good. Yeah, that's what's up. I want to thank her so much for calling in. She let us know all about what be going on in them churches. She answered all the questions that I wanted to be asked, so I got to let her know personally. I appreciate her phone call, man. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't giving up on T.D. Jakes. He done too much good in the world. You can't say he did a lot of wrong because he didn't. And whatever going on in his personal life, that's why it's called the personal life. It ain't none of y'all business what he got going on for real. Hello, who this is here?
Hi, my name is Deborah. I'm my pastor is Pastor Gino Jennings. I just wanted to make a comment. Are you still taking calls on the air?
Yeah, we just need you to cut that off in the back so it'd be a 5-star presentation. Because I know you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I know you got something that you want to say. We want to make sure
I didn't
everybody can hear
realize it. I didn't realize it, but
No big
I was
deal.
the man that was saying he, he thought that Minister William, he's the reader, Gino's Apostle Gino Jennings reader, that they don't practice. Gino's too busy. Gino is international, and I go to the church. And I'm sorry I can't be there tomorrow because I had some car problems, but because I drive from Maryland, Philadelphia all the time. When Gino's in town, the home church, I'm there. And when you see them interact together, you know it's nothing but the Holy Ghost. Only the Holy Ghost. And then they catch the Holy Ghost. They fill with the Holy Ghost. That man has a love for people. Gino preaching the truth. When I first, let me tell you, God gave me this man. I was going to a church, an all-black church, for about, I guess, from the 70s all the way up to maybe 1993. And then I know God moved me out of that church, and then I found this all-white church. I was there for years, and still I wasn't connecting with something. And then I changed from Christian, then I went to Seventh-day Adventist, just searching for the truth because nothing seemed right. But T.D. Jakes, I was invited to see him years ago, and God told me he didn't belong to him. That's the truth. God, I have a gift of discernment, and God told me he didn't belong to him. And so I was frustrated, just frustrated everything. And then about 3 years ago, my brother had just committed suicide, and I felt like all the prayers I went through, and I was in all this pain, but I was still searching for the truth of God. And what I was praying to God about this specific thing, and I wasn't hearing him like, he'll show me eventually, or if something's worrying me. I'm not saying right away, but he has, even down to telling me not to park in a space one time, and I parked there anyway because it was pouring down rain, and the tree, thunder uprooted the tree and fell right on my car. That's the truth. So I know God is real, but then God introduced me to Gino Jennings, what I was praying about to him. I kept praying, and I said, okay, well, weeks had gone by, and I said, well, I'm not hearing anything, no sign, nothing from God. And then I turned on YouTube to look at, I like to look at Nollywood movies. Their movies are done in Nigeria because their movies don't have a lot of cursing and sleeping around. Not all of them, quite a few of them. If you know get to know the actors, they have really good content in their movies that Christians can watch and be at ease, because I don't like to curse and all that stuff. But so anyway, I was looking for those movies, and then here it said Gino Jennings. And and the reason why it caught my attention, I knew it was God, because it was about the same thing I was praying about. I don't want to get into what it was, but it was about the same identical thing I was praying about. And I said, that's my answer. That's my answer right there. And so I listened to him, and he always say, follow me in the Bible. Follow me in the Bible. And I pause him, and I go to the Bible, and I look, and I see everything he was saying, even though I've been in church for all these years, my mom and all of them. grandparents, but yet and still, I read the Bible and I never saw what he showed me. Now, this is going to be something a lot of people they're not going to like, but well, I'll get to that Christmas in a minute. But anyway, I'm an older woman, and I was still going to church, and summertime, the big hoops. I'm too old for those now. The big hoops and the blouse hanging a little bit off the shoulders because it's hot. With the tight yogurt pants on. Didn't think anything was wrong with it. Women coming in there with their cleavage showing and everything, and I didn't think anything was wrong with it. But then I started listening to this man. God gave me the time to just the spirit to just don't disregard him. He's telling the truth. I'm reading it with my own eyes. And the ankle chains, I had to have ankle chains on both ankles and all of that. And he took me through and I wore the makeup, the red lipstick and all of that. It took me to the Bible. It's all in there. And pastors like T.D. Jakes, Joyce Myers, Creflo O'Donnell, Benny Hinn, all these men that pastors who sit there and don't teach the stuff to the people like Gino, they don't know what's in the Bible. Because Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, right at the beginning, if they just read the first 4 verses, God is telling you what to not to do. He's not using the word Christmas in there, but he's telling you that that's not of him, because he says I don't like to quote it unless I'm saying it verbatim because that's not good, but it basically tells you don't go decorating that tree. It's in the Bible. And he talked just so many things I learned about him. Like they say that on Good Friday, crucifixion, he went in the grave on Friday, he rose on Sunday. Well, how could he possibly have done that? The Bible, which is the word of God, says that so as Jonah was in the belly of the whale 3 days and 3 nights, so was Jesus Christ in the grave 3 days and 3 nights. So where do they get Friday to Sunday morning? It's just 2 nights. So Gino pointing all this out, and I listened to this man for about a year, and I said, I got to meet this man. So a couple people that knew him, to my surprise, not a lot of people knew about him, but a lot. In fact, I really believe, I'm not trying to take the credit that
you found your man. You found your man.
No, God gave me. But let me just say
God gave you your man.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you this, and I won't keep you long, but people say, oh, you're not going to meet that man. That man had this person around him and everything, blah, 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 blah. And I said, God, please, you gave him to me, so make a way for me to talk to him. Because I have grandparents. I just lost my mother last year. I want to make sure, they're not just going to burn in hell because of selfish, dumb pastors that teaching them stuff that's not in the Bible. And so, anyway, God made it a way. I went on up there and to Philadelphia, and I went to the headquarters where the church is, beautiful place. And after the sermon, I saw the guy, not William, who's very wonderful, William that reads for him, but the one Gino calls Dandy Man, who asks all the Q&As. The Q&As. Well, I know them all now. So anyway, I see your face on TV. So anyway, I saw him and I said, hi, is that you on the TV? Hello?
You talking about Gino or who you talking about? Your man,
no.
your lover?
Is that
you?
Yeah. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. We talking about your man. How the Lord sent you your man.
Okay, yeah. So I went on up there and the one named Dan, that's not the one that reads for him. That's Minister Williams. This is Dan. Dan is his tech person and everything. And I saw him. I said, listen, I got to speak to Gino. I got to talk to him because he's teaching a lot of things. I just really have to talk to him. He said, okay, you seem like you're very anxious. I said, I am, please, because it was packed. It was packed, wall-to-wall people. And they don't realize a lot of people hate him, but a lot of people love him. So he told this lady to take me up to his office, and they took me on through the place, and I got up there, and I was sitting in this room, and then Gino was coming to his office, and I said, Pastor Jennings. He said, oh, yeah, hi, and he was very nice. Nothing like he is on TV. If you listen to his sons, he has 4 sons, and they do interviews with this guy named C-Rock Smooth and Tony Hartman. I don't know if you've seen them. They two YouTubers. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
they
Yeah,
they
they good.
yeah. Well, they're students, and so I was able to go. Anyway, make a long story short, I was able to go in there and sit and talk to him. He was just so nice, so kind. I asked him all the questions I wanted to ask him, and I asked him about, my mom dying, everybody, and they really thought they served the Lord. And he told me he really believed in his heart that if they're in their heart, if they really love Jesus Christ, he said he really believed. Oh my goodness, this thing is going off. He said if they really love Jesus Christ with all their heart, and they had a person that wasn't teaching them the truth, they were just, teaching and collecting the offerings and don't care about the people's soul just to get rich and get their big homes and cars and all of that. He said if their heart was real, he really do believe that God will make provisions for them. He said, but people that's out here stubborn, don't want to, because you know what? One thing he told me, then I'll go. He told me after we had our long talk and everything, and I left with a lot of things answered, and he took time with me, showed me things in the Bible that I've never seen before. But he said, now let me just tell, and I had loads of friends because I've been in the church for years. He said, but let me tell you one thing. When you take your friends and you show them, look at this in the Bible, you're going to lose them. You're going to lose friends and family. And do you know what? I have a lot of siblings, close cousins, and a wonderful girlfriends I had. Lost every single one of them. I'm by myself now, only with my my youngest son. Every one of them. Oh, that man's crazy. I said, but look, he says, follow him in the Bible. It's there.
Soon as you found your man, that's when you lost all your friends.
Yeah, but
Ain't that how it goes?
I tell everybody, you better read Jeremiah 10 before you go out there celebrating that pagan holiday, because Jesus says in the Bible, believe on me.
You ain't meant to have no man.
Says. Huh?
You ain't meant to have no man. That's for a lot of women out there listening. As soon as you find your man, for you women out there, if you want to keep your relationships with your friends, your homegirls and all that shit, excuse my language, as soon as you find your man, they gonna be gone.
Hey, you know what? Guess what? At my age, I don't want none. I've been down that road. It's done. My man is Jesus Christ, and I thank him every day for the knowledge of Pastor Gino Jennings. It's going to be a lot of people that think
if
they
you
just
already had
they're going to bust hell wide open for
if you
not
already had
believing
Jesus,
on the scripture.
If you already got Jesus, what you need Nino for?
Oh, because I'm still learning. Gino, I can't wait. You think I drive all the way to Philadelphia for nothing? If I could watch him on YouTube, it's just the present. It's for the people who's really catching the Holy Ghost. People think, I heard that lady said, I like to cry and say, that's not the Holy Ghost.
You mean to tell me you got the Lord in your heart, but you travel all the way to go see Gino?
You know what? Because it's nothing like him around here. Well, he got churches all over the place. He has one in Baltimore. But if I drive to Baltimore from Olney, Maryland, I might as well go ahead that other hour and a half.
But Jesus already there.
He is.
You ain't got to travel for Jesus. What you gonna get on the spaceship? Wait a minute.
You know
Wait
what?
a minute.
And I respect my elders.
I respect my elders. So you gonna get on the rocket ship and try to go to heaven just to be in Jesus' presence?
I love to drive. I love to go up there early in the morning. I leave my house because it's like a 2.5 hour ride. I leave my house at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I drive and watching the sunset. It's beautiful. Just thinking about the Lord.
In traffic. Think about the Lord.
That's right. And then I get up there early. A lot of people get there early, and they're praying or meeting and greeting each other. When you don't know each other, you hear people crying out for the Lord and just thanking God for their blessings. And then Gino hits the pulpit, him and Wham, maybe around 11:30 after the praise and worship and everything. It's beautiful. So just before I go, the man who said he believed they practice, he don't know the Holy Ghost, because if he did, he would not say that. If you sitting there in that church, and usually I go get right there about 3, 4, 6 rows away from the pulpit. And when he said, "Come on, Wham, let's dive into the Bible," they don't study this. The Holy Ghost is all over those children.
You talking like you went to a Rick James concert or something like that.
I didn't say I went to no Rick. I never liked him, even when
That's
I was
how
in the
you
world.
talking. You talking like you went to Woodstock or something like that.
Nah. I just love the truth. I'm just thankful to God that I love the truth. Anyway, I'm gonna go, but you and your listeners, y'all need to check him out more. If you don't do anything else, just listen to him teach on the crucifixion of Jesus, and teach on the Bible. And all people got to do, instead of people hating him, because a lot of people do, just take your remote control, whatever they want to drink, if they drink or smoke or whatever, because I know a lot of people still do. Pause it when he say, "Follow me in the Bible." Follow him in the Bible.
That's
Take
all you
some
got to do.
notes. And you'll see that the man is telling the one. It's not what people say. "Oh, Gino say this and Gino say that." Gino didn't say it. God said it. He's only listen. If you know, I heard you mention Peter, but if you know about the Apostle Paul, he teaches the exact same thing as the disciples. Am I on air?
Yeah, you on air. We listening to the good word.
I see you talking. No, I see you talking. So you
doing too much. You gotta do one at a time. You gonna either
Okay.
watch the show
All
or
right.
be a part of the show.
He teaches exactly what the Apostle Paul, what Jesus told the apostles to teach. He don't go either way. You're not going to see him sitting in that pulpit talking about money, preaching on money. One thing he told me about that. He said tithing doesn't mean your money all the time. It means get to the church to go give your time. Yeah, give your time to go out, feed the homeless and all of that.
Praise
so
the
it's more than
Lord.
that. So anyway, you go ahead. But
praise God. Yeah.
Y'all need to.
And you know what?
We're in the book of Revelations now. People better take heed.
It's getting deep.
Well,
it's getting deep.
True.
Yeah,
it's
man,
true.
That's what we need. We need more people like you calling in, man.
Anyway,
I appreciate
God bless you. Well, it just kind of, when the man said, "I don't believe it," well, true. If he believes the Holy Ghost, if he believes the Holy Ghost of God is real, you know what? Wham, the reader, he wasn't always on the same page as Gino. Not always, but eventually he saw it with his own eyes how God gave Gino this information. Gino never been to a Bible school or
marry the
anything.
man, marry the man, marry him, marry the man, marry him.
No, you already have a beautiful wife and 7 beautiful kids.
She need to check you.
No.
And we appreciate you, sister.
Well,
you the best.
I just like people that talk against my pastor. I don't like it. But anyway, take care. God bless you. And
God bless.
well, you know what? I'm married to that word.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
We love you, baby. All right, take care. All right, goodbye. Praise the Lord. Praise Jesus. Marry the man. Marry him. Or be a side piece to do something. Lord have mercy. You know what the hell with all this YouTube shit? I might as well just, instead of S.A.T. radio, I should have changed it to S.A.T. church with no R. Because she said she fought through traffic. She went up there. She got backstage. She figured out a way to get to the man. Like he Rick James or somebody. She loving his concert. Let me not talk about, I got to respect my elders. Praise Jesus. Respect. Respect my elders. She old enough to be my grandmama. Shout out to her, man. They treat these pastors better than Jesus. Jesus somewhere jealous. Jesus standing right behind the pastor. She don't give a fuck. Like, Jesus, just 1 second. Let me talk to Gino, Jesus. Jesus tapping his foot, waiting for her to come around to him. Hello. Who this is here?
Man, it's jail time, man. It's jail time.
Jail time. Brother, man, we so glad you called up here, man, because we over here talking about the Lord. And if anybody know about the Lord, it's jail time because you've been through some hard times, man. What's on your mind?
Man, I was just listening to the woman. Appreciate the caller before me.
Yeah,
it was nice. You know what I mean? She was all on the sack. You feel me, Gino? But
Yeah,
But yeah,
pretty much.
I grew up. I grew up in the church. You know my history a little bit. I grew up in the church, man. I was right there at the front. And Granny would send me to the church because they would be doing what they would do back home, and I'd be right up front row in the church. It was a Lutheran and it was a black pastor, Pastor Samuels. But like when people say, "Oh, church ain't never gave back," they take the money. This church, he wasn't like that. You feel me? This was like my grandma. We was always poor. Like we was poor. They would come through. Look out for us, give us food, give us money, pay our bills. You know what I mean? Like, coming up off. So that's that. I never experienced that. You feel me? I would hear stuff like other churches and stuff like that, but the churches I was in, the church I'm in there, like, they don't get into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But times don't change. Are you still a member of a church, or is that a distant memory from when you was a child?
No, man. I've been like since then. I'm a member of the church now. I'm a member of Oak Grove. I got baptized last year. Well, I got baptized this year. So, yeah, I went there, but I was baptized in prison too. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe just you got to have a church, like you said, a church. You take Christ with you, God with you wherever you are. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But like I said, that's all part of a community. Dealing with this church. You know what I mean? And theology. It gets. How it gets shine. It's deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You said you was baptized in church. What does that do? Do that keep the other inmates off your back?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't about that because you had all different kind of religions in prison. You know what I mean? So it was just a practice. You know what I mean? If you was Muslim, you did Muslim practice. Christian did Christian practices.
What did you do in church that made you feel like? I mean, what did you do in jail that made you feel like, man, I need to get baptized? What did you do that was so wrong or so sinful that made you feel like?
I won't think it was nothing that I did that was so wrong. Man, it was just I grew up in church. I grew up knowing that I was born in sin. You feel me? It's nothing that. I was born in it. It was nothing I did. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I did this, so I'm going to get baptized for my sins. Of course, I've sinned. Everybody has sinned. We sin with what's going on, period, like the stuff that we follow. You know what I mean? Not knowing, like what that one caller was talking about, like, he'd rather go to hell by his hand than, believe in some shit. You feel me? So,
yeah.
Every day we're sinning. Shit we wear, shit we put on, shit we do, shit we say. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Hey, man. Seeing that you was raised up in the church and you have a strong belief in God and everything, how do you feel about the black church being under attack the way that it's under attack? The pastors are under attack, the congregation, black people just turning their heads up at the church as if it's a horrible thing. How did that make you feel seeing that the black church is becoming irrelevant?
Nah, man, it's been like that, but it's just what we. I mean, that's every church. I mean, if you go to any synagogue, you know what I mean? I just think right now they just turn the channel to where the temperature is from that. You know what I mean? But if you go to any practice, they got their shit. It's just that when it comes to us, we shouldn't be having anything because we don't got shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's just more of a hassle and it's fucked up on our people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's pretty sad for me to see what's going on because that's our African American foundation, the black church. That's all we ever had since, the beginning of America.
Yeah, but you know how the church, how to get dealing with every church, with Catholicism and, how it started and where the money goes and, how it goes. It's a big system, you know what I'm saying, dealing with that. You feel me? But the practice, like you said, just the belief and your belief, and then like she was saying when she was going like the Holy Ghost, and some people getting that spirit, and we know that sometimes it's real and then sometimes it's fake. That's even in the word. You know what I mean? You're gonna have, but what we need that we pray for is discernment. You know what I mean? It's like telling the difference between a diamond and a moissanite. You know what I mean? We don't have that capability as humans. You know what I'm saying? Without some kind of technology. You see what I mean? It's not God given, and things that are God given to the spirit, that we have the spirit that everybody has these talents that we're given. We don't know how to use them, how to tap in, and dealing with schools and stuff. And just getting deep with it. But it's making money. When it comes to this money shit, and when that's played into it, that's where it gets real. That's where it gets fucked up.
I feel like you got to be going through some horrible things. Not horrible things, but you got to be going through some shit in order to really catch the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hit the lottery or something, you pulling up in the bins and stuff, you ain't trying to mess up your suit rolling all over the floor. You got to be stumped down and, you got to be going through something to hit the Holy Ghost, man.
Man, I mean, it's if you would, and you believe, like, I read this book called Influence one time, and it's like dealing with like car salesmen and how they sell stuff. Again, like, because I thought, passing the plate around. You know what I mean? And we know how churches and they're not dealing with blackball churches, dealing with gambling, and it's fundraising, it's money. You know what I mean? So, sometimes it's to give back, but it had all plays together with the black. We gonna make it. It's just worse on our end. You know what I mean? But people that do get it, my mom, she goes to church. I go to church. My siblings are into the church. They do the song and dance. There's plenty of churches where I know. How can you put it? It's good that goes on, but of course, it's like with any institution, there's going to be bad in that. You know what I mean? And it's trying to get and navigate through that, if it makes sense.
You still married jail time? Because the last time you called in, you was out in the country somewhere, and the young lady you was with or you was talking to, it seemed like y'all was real serious. I'm hoping that y'all still together. Not to get in your personal business, because it's a point I'm trying to make to the people listening.
No. I'm actually, I have a girlfriend though. I am seeing somebody, but no, that situation didn't.
Man, every time you call in here, man, it's a new. What's going on, man? Like, do we need to pray, or what's going on, man? Because it
Man,
seemed like you switching them like your draw.
friend. What we do, it's just that life is a journey. You know what I mean? This is a journey. And when I call in, I like talking to you and let you know my experience like a journal, and you've been peeping. But no, and when I do call in, I do try to be with someone, you know what I mean, and turn you on the same way. It's like we spread the word. The same thing going back to dealing with the segue with churches, because it's a networking, and it's ways to network and people can talk. Just like when they go up there and talk to confession. You know what I mean?
Man.
So it's secrecy. It's Illuminati-ish. You know what I mean? So when it gets deep, you feel me? Nothing to play with.
Yeah, it's a lot of people interested when you call, because you call yourself jail time, so they know you got stories and you've been through hardships and trials and tribulations just like the rest of us and everything. And now we learning something new about you, brother. You was raised up in the church and you still have a deep love for the Lord and everything. Well, why do you think you faced all these hardships in your life? Why do you think you had to deal with these circumstances, even though you have deep roots in the church? And the reason why I ask is because there's a lot of people that's been raised up in the church and they caught hell throughout their life. Some people still catching hell, and a lot of times people feel like they can't catch a break, even though they have a foundation in the church.
I still, it's an ongoing thing. I'm still catching hell. I ain't not, you know what I mean? But it's like I said, it's a spiritual thing. It's a networking thing. It is really, it's like the internet. It can be worked for good and bad. You know what I mean? And it's really, once you understand and get past the silliness, the jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can actually it's resourceful, rather for your spirit up. Monetarily. You know what I mean? But I don't play with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
I ain't perfect at the same time. You know what I mean? But it's nothing I don't play with it.
Man, you said something that was very, very deep. I don't know. I know you know what you said, but y'all heard it too. He said the church is like the internet. You could use it for good, or it all depends on you. It's a tool for you to use, and depending on how well you use it or what your intentions are, you could actually get some good stuff out of there. But if you in there lollygagging, or you just want to, go to the blogs or see what's happening in the news, or you just there to gossip and point the finger, then, that's all you're going to get out of it.
Right. Because at the same time, but some of the churches, and this is what makes it bad, because some of the churches is built on entertainment, because once again, it's money. So people going to go to where, even dealing with, my church, you know what I mean? It still forms of, you're like, why are they talking about people? Why, you know what I mean? Can't people be serious, even though it's a serious matter? But, when you, like you say, sometimes, you in there, it's like no different than a NA, a AA meet. You know what I mean? People come tell their story. So, sometimes it's for how can I put it? It's real, and then sometimes, man, you really understand. Sometimes it's set up. You know what I mean? And that's something that I was telling about the book Influence. You got people that, we see it. You know what I mean? It's set up to cater to those that don't know to get caught up. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like the institution of the joint. You know what I mean? If you don't know and you lost, you like say people being lost, and they can get detoured in a whole different kind of way. You know what I mean? If it's when it's a bad situation in churches, you know what I mean? But they're no different than schools and anything.
One thing I appreciate about the black church is it teach people how to act. And a lot of times when we get together, people don't be knowing how to act, man. But one thing for sure in the church, a lot of times people be on their best behavior. And if you're not, somebody gonna check you. It's a place where we come together and congregate, everybody on their best behavior. It's a positive event. It ain't nothing negative. A lot of times we come together for negative shit, a Glorilla concert or a hip hop event or some old bullshit like that. And people be shooting and fighting and don't know how to act. At least with the black church, people come together on their best behavior. A lot of times, dressed to the nine. You have to represent. It's a great place to represent each other.
It's a lot of talent. You got to understand, a lot of our talent comes from it's like, I mean, you see it, you know what I mean? And it's just, it gets exploited, you know what I mean? You can just go down the line of that, but that's just where they would go ahead and pick talent, you know what I mean? Because that's where the people is unfortunate. The most unfortunate people are going to be at, you know what I mean?
And I think the Lord blesses people in these churches, man. That's where the talent come from. A lot of times these people never went to church. They probably would have never developed the talents that they have or never known that they had the talents unless they was in the presence in the house of the Lord.
That was my first job, was the church, bro. You feel me? Like my first job, like 12 years old, getting some money and shit. You know what I mean? Like I had to go and clean up the church, like sweep. You know what I mean? And clean is a big, they got the showbread. And it was a Lutheran church, it was crazy. So I'm now me having an understanding of like symbolism and things like that. Back then, I really didn't know. I was, I know where I have the knowledge. I'm eating the bread. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. You feel me? I'm doing, and I'm going back reading the scripture, like seeing what, what they was doing with the Pharisees. And just doing and then looking across the street because it's in the hood and you see all these churches, they just in the hood, it's every corner, you know what I mean? And it's weird. And you look back now, looking back on, like you say, the architecture and historically, you know what I mean, and seeing like, how did this really come about? Because so we live our life so fast, we don't get to pay attention on this shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like say, our Boy Scouts was in the church. That's where I learned skills. You know what I mean? Like say my first job, my pastor, like, he had the Boy Scout program. So, I learned that shit. You know what I mean?
Structure.
Yeah, that's what I came from. And before it was the black, and it was crazy because like you can look it up, it's tore down now because they done gentrified this place in Louisville, Kentucky, but whatever. But they used to have a big ass mural that they painted on the side of. It used to be some white people was in it at first, as a Lutheran church, because the black church was on the side of it, got burnt up, and then for whatever reason they got that one. So anyway, they painted a big mural a long time ago. That's before like, this is and it was a big black Jesus with dreads on it. You know what I mean? And I didn't know nothing about dreads. Wasn't on that. I was still caught up, all the way caught up. But yeah, now it's just like AutoZone and what I'm saying, stuff like that, because it's crazy.
Yeah. Society failed these institutions, man. These institutions really don't. People like to say the black church failed the community, but I would like to say the community failed the black churches, man, because people would rather be out there in the streets doing God knows what. The church can't control how people decide to live their lives. The church is
like you say, the church was where, like I say, bro, I know the ones from my way, they giving out food. They got, they got the resources. That's where you go and, you fucked up, you go, you know what I'm saying? Get your shit if you, I don't know. That's what I see. Now I got some of this dilapidated, whatever. It's crazy because my pops actually makes glass. He does stained glass, been doing it for years, and he does a lot of stained glass windows for like the churches. But, the older ones, you know what I mean? It's like niche with it and stuff or whatever. And even going through that, like they don't even hire our people. You see what I mean? Come on, man. You feel me? So when it gets to that, even the fixing up some of these churches. You see what I'm saying? So it's a big, it's a money scheme. It's a system. It's systematic. You know what I mean? It has there, but people got to have some refuge to go some refuge. I mean, it's like with any, like you say, our culture. So it's no different than any over in Gaza. You know, they got refuge. They're gonna have to go. They just call it something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, back in the day, we ain't have no options, especially for, you know, entertainment. And, you know, the only place we could congregate was at church. But now we got so many options to where you can,
But
you
it
know,
takes away only, and then what, I'm not to cut you off, but what it takes away from is like what we missing that I'm getting out of it now is the networking factor. You see what I
yeah.
mean? You know, and I ain't gonna front, like I'm going, like, since even I was going to church because of my belief in God, but now it's like I'm out in, you know, in society and seeing the doors that it open. You feel me? Know what I mean? You know, and just seeing like my upbringing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I went from, you know, my other story, but I got 2 jobs. I'm all right. I done went from 2 different states. You know what I mean? I done went to all different churches, not just one church. I'm in church in Carolina. You know what I'm saying? South Carolina. You know, all the churches in prison, all the way back to Louisville, Kentucky. You know what I mean? Like I said, we one of the first, Louisville, Kentucky. Like it's one of the first. We got the first black historic with Simmons College. It's a black college. You know what I mean? The pastor of St. Stephen's is a black. You know, I ain't gonna say a black owned church because it's not that. You see what I mean? I don't believe none of these churches are black owned. You just ran by black people. You know how it goes. You know what I mean? But but yeah. So it's good things with it. It's just society's gonna be what it is, no matter what. You know what I mean? Church, you can't. People look for the church to change shit. They ain't gonna change shit. It's just a platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and seeing what's happening with T.D. Jakes, a lot of these pastors are becoming targets. You know, actually, brother's already a target as it is. Brother's always gonna get the short end of the stick. In society as a whole, brother's always gonna get the least amount of respect. But you figure a pastor, a man of the Lord, will get more respect than some average Joe on the street. But now pastors are getting beat worse than the regular brother out here. Pastors catching more.
It was like I was locked up with a dude that had beat the pastor. They done robbed the pastor and beat him up on some. And it ain't nothing glorifying it, but it's not a. When I look at it from that side, like that's not an easy job. You see what I mean? You know, we all have a role, and that's not a role. I don't know. You know what I mean? I know, like I got a friend, her son. That's what he does. He went to UK, and you know, got his whatever in it to be able to. I don't went to his sermons. You know, of course they pass the plate around. You know how it goes. You know, but it's still support. You feel me? And when people like that, you know, it's still like support no matter what. Like you go support. You know, I'm gonna support the church. I'm gonna support a Gucci Man concert. You see what I mean?
Right.
It's just we look at it different. Like, oh, they're supporting. It's the same shit. You know what I mean? But it was the message. You know what I mean? And this is for our people. But it's yeah, man. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. These rappers get more support and respect than pastors nowadays, man. That's where we at with it. And the message is different, but people would rather hear the message from a rapper than the message from a pastor. So we basically lost, man. We at a loss for everything, and we losing more and more each day as a community. And look, 2025 is right around the corner. The black experience is gonna be whack for a lot of people, not for everybody, but for a lot of people, the black experience is about to get worse.
Yeah, I'm with you with it. I'm asking me and Pops. We sit over and talk about, you know what I mean? But it's just the wherewithal. Like say if you know, like when it came in TD, what we heard, you know, playing with the Diddy and all, they still are people, Kelly and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, we know motherfuckers did worse or whatever we go through. But like I said, it's just an outlet, I guess, at the end of the day, motherfuckers just voice their opinion and it turns into that volume. And next thing you know, somebody's getting tore down for some shit. You know what I mean? That they might have did. Or if they did, I mean, shit, you know, we all supposed to be able to forgive. You know what I'm saying? And get over. But I mean, shit, we just desensitized and nobody don't give a fuck no more. Everybody won't be lit. You know what I mean? And, you know.
Yeah, man. You know, people being punished for partying and all this type of shit. We gonna have to figure it out, brother. But one thing for sure, jail time, you the realest. We don't learn something else, man. We got the jail time chronicles and everything. This is a deep brother right here.
I'm gonna cash app you too. I ain't even, you know, I'm real talk, man. Cause I know
that's what it is.
Commissary buy you the little, you know, hamburgers. So,
no doubt, give me some granola balls or something with the commissary on that jail time. Gonna hit me up. We appreciate that, brother. Everybody hit that cash app too. And the next time we go live, bro, you gotta call back and put your papa on the phone next time too, man. We would appreciate that. Real talk, man. Y'all be good out there. And so much love for you, Jail Time. We gonna keep it real with you, dog. All right, take care, brother. No doubt, no doubt. Yup. That's what it is, man. Shout out to Jail Time, my brother, and everything. I'm about to go ahead and roll up out of here. As far as TD Jakes go, I'm rolling with the pastor. If he want to sue people or whatever the case is to shut down these malicious lies, and he ain't doing well, I'm going to ride with him all the way to the end. I need to hear this before I get out of here, though.
Shared what happened last week after he suffered a health incident on stage.
Many of you don't realize that you're looking at a miracle. I faced a life-threatening calamity, was rushed to the ICU unit, had emergency surgery, survived this surgery.
Last Sunday, as Jakes was wrapping up his sermon, the live stream of the service captured Jakes lowering his microphone and shaking on stage. We're not showing the incident, but people immediately surrounded him on stage.
I looked around and everybody was around me. I was annoyed because I didn't know why they were around me.
Jakes didn't share what doctors believe caused the incident. He just said that doctors advised him to take it easy for the next few weeks.
Sometimes those of us who are busy taking care of other people neglect ourselves, and that's very true.
Jakes founded the Potter's House in 1996. The non-denominational church has grown to 30,000 members, with many tuning in every week online. After
God damn, them seats empty. See, y'all see how empty? Well, all them people, I remember back in the day, them seats used to be full. All them empty seats. Ain't nobody even in. I mean, there's people in there, but shit, they don't need a big ass church like that. They need to downsize. It looked like a football arena in there. He need to do some concerts, let Lil Baby them come and rent out the Potter's House. They gonna have to do something. Do hip hop summits or man, he gonna have to figure out a way to pack the house. Now he doing it online. He ain't even there. They gotta watch him on the big screen. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like the last caller, she said she wanted to be in the presence of Nino Brown. Who gonna go if TD Jakes ain't even there? I would hate to see it. I would hate to see them close the Potter House down, man. Especially in times like this where we need the Potter's House to be packed. We need people sitting on the floor. We need everybody up in there, man. I don't like this at all, man. Like I said, I'm riding with the pastor, and I hope y'all riding with me. I want to thank everybody that called in. I got so much love for each and every last one of y'all. I appreciate y'all too. Make sure y'all do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button. I'm so grateful for every last one of y'all, real talk. And for the people that hit that Cash App, I gotta let y'all know right now. Y'all really do be helping me out, man. I wouldn't know what I would do if it wasn't for y'all showing me that love. And whatever you give me, you gonna get it back in return 100 times fold, just like when you pay tithes at the church. So much love, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy y'all day, y'all night, whatever y'all gonna do, be safe. And we gonna be back real soon, best believe that. All y'all beautiful ladies, all my brothers out there, I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want.
Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want. But if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this?